Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody having a fantastic morning so far? If you're with me here, either in chat, in the Discord, in the YouTube chat, go ahead and say what's up. Let's see who's with us this morning. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of folks in here. Holy smokes. We have Redberg, Luna, Savage, Easy E. We've got Larry. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kyle, Trader Page, Futures Trading Today, John P. Skynet. Good morning, Driss, Bob. Good morning, One Man Wolfpack. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, Dean, RPM, Matthew. Good morning, Tesla Prince, Stress-Free Trader. Good morning, Jonathan, Zor, Travis. Good morning. Rajesh, good morning, Mando. The Trading Lizard, good morning, Josh, Ben. Oh my goodness, look at everybody in here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ricardo, Josley, Bellard, Braja, Martin, Mark, Juan, Sean. Goodness, we got a lot of folks in here. Jix, Vbjorn, I think. TR, Tree Frogs, good morning. Aladdin, Morris, OEB, Denise, Chester, Turbo, Otis, Rusty. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Fish Lips. Richard, good morning, Angus, Kesh. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing out there? Hopefully we're all having a great morning. It may look like my chart is froze, but this is the trade that I took this morning that I wanted to share. So I went to bed very, very early last night because still under the weather over here. I'm still not better yet. But you know what's funny is that I thought I was at about a 70% yesterday. And nope. I felt now after I woke up today, I feel like I must have been at a 60 or 50% yesterday because I'm feeling a lot better today, but I'm not full back. You know, I'm not full energy, fully recovered. You know, I'm not fully recovered yet, but the good news is I'm feeling better, right? Much, much better. Tesla says, took me about 2 weeks to feel better, but still had a cough. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a crazy one. Good morning, Savage. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. G-Lines. Good morning. So yeah, this is not right now because I was sleeping. I was sleeping and then I woke up. I went to bed early. I woke up at 4 a.m. Eastern time and I jumped out of bed because the market was rallying and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to go back to bed. So I ran down to my terminal. I put this trade on in my live funded account, my Top Step live funded account. And we caught this move to the top side and did pretty well because it tanked after that. It had a little bit of a rebound. And then it tanked a little bit more and then even more. So very, very happy that I caught the move that I did. Peeled off most of my contracts up at the top side and then had my last remaining contracts here stopped out, right? So that put me up on the day so far in my live funded account up $2,100. So given that performance on the live account, and of course we're all about full transparency here, given that performance in my live funded account, you can see it's right here. There's my Top Step live funded account, 2186 in the profit there. So very happy about that. Good morning, Cyrus. Good morning, Matthew. Very, very happy about that. Up $2,100. So I'm probably going to switch over and trade my XFAs now because $2,100 is a great day in the live account. Remember, this is not about hitting $40,000, $80,000 days. When they come, right? When those days come, they will come, but you don't force those days, right? You don't force those days. When those trades come, they come. And if this market wanted to continue screaming to the top side, it was really easy to read the tape during that session. It's London session, Globex session. It's very easy to read the tape because it's moving in slow motion. It's trading a lot like the ES trades, right? And so it's really easy to read the tape and you can see a lot more of what's going on. And there's fewer participants and it's a lot of algorithmic trading, right? And so when you're looking at that type of tape, you can kind of see that's where I was looking for that pop extension. You can see I almost covered on the top tick there. Pretty close, right? And it was really easy to read the tape. I was hoping that we would have held this area and we would have extended a little bit longer to the top side. But, you know, I take what I can get. Happy with $2,200. but that's going to get me locking up my live account for the day. I'm no longer going to take the live account, any trades for the live account today. And the reason why, and this is what I really want this channel, the message from this channel to come across to everyone out there, is that you shouldn't be trying to swing the bat and try to get home runs. You will get home runs when they come. They will happen, but there's no point in forcing it. Now, if you look at my account, right, my drawdown on this account, I haven't modified it at all, which is one of the benefits of trading in a live account. You can talk with the risk management team over at Top Step, and you can have them manage your drawdown. You can have them manage the lot size. You can have them do all this stuff, right? And with me, my drawdown is $3,000, right? $3,000. Now, if we're looking at what I'm up right now, $2,200, that means that now my daily drawdown is $5,200. So if I really wanted to take a trade in this thing, I could. And I have $5,200 worth of drawdown for the day, right? The $2,200 in profit plus my $3,000 drawdown. But where I'm at in the account is that I took a trade. It worked out. I don't want to continue to press my luck on that account. And $2,200 is a phenomenal day for one day of trading. I know if you look on Twitter and Instagram and everything else out there, you'll see a lot of traders that are putting up these huge numbers. But what they won't show you is their losing days, right? There's a very popular streamer out there that had 10 back-to-back max loss days, right? That's $30,000 in losses. So they'll go and they'll show you an $8,000 trade, and then they'll forget to show you the $35,000 in losses, right? So what's the net on that, right? The net on that is what you're looking at. The net is negative, right? So when you're making $2,200 in the profit, it may not seem like a lot if you're comparing it to YouTube traders or Instagram traders or all of these people who are blasting you with $1 million P&Ls and all that nonsense that's garbage. $2,200 will go a long way. And especially if you're stacking bricks in the account, because there will be a day where you take a trade and it just keeps on going. And that's your home run. You didn't prepare for it. You didn't expect it, but you prepared for it, right? And you can see, a couple big swingers lost their live account. And that's what happens. If you're swinging at the plate and you're swinging too hard all the time, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get lucky one time. And this is where people get confused. And this is the message I want to preach on this morning. This is where people get really confused, is they get enamored with these huge P&Ls. These huge P&Ls where somebody will post something and say, wow, they made 60 grand today, or they made 30 grand today. But then they don't show you the next month where they continue to lose all of that profit and then max loss every single day. They don't show you that. And this is one of the reasons why I love working with Top Step, is because they're entirely transparent about this. So I'm guessing, they'll probably mention this on Shoulder Tap today, I would guess. If Top Step wants to give me another shout out, they gave me shout outs all last week talking about, how consistent I've been trading. And that's what you want. You want consistency. Don't be distracted by the shiny object, right? The shiny object being, well, this person made $40,000 today and I'm sitting here and I only made 500. Only made 500. Where are you going to go click a couple buttons for a couple of hours and make $500 or $200 or $100 or whatever you made? You need to find solace in the fact that a lot of the nonsense that you see out there is either people that are trading on one account that you can't see and the other account that you can't see. They go long on one account, short on another account. Once it's in the profit, they show you the trade that's in the profit. There's a YouTuber out there that's doing that right now. They're using a lot of prop firms. So they're running one prop firm account from one prop firm long, one prop firm from another account and running that short. And then after the trade is in the profit, they're showing it to you, pretending they can trade. And what this is doing is it's not showing you the reality of trading. This is not the reality of trading. The reality of trading is taking your time, taking really good setups, and being prepared to take the outcome of the setup, win or lose. That's what you need to do. And this is why I want to start the stream this way, is because there's a lot of shiny objects out there in social media. There's a lot of shiny objects, a lot of people that are misleading people because they're making you feel less than when you make $100 in a day or $50 in a day or $200 in a day. They're making you feel less than, right? And you shouldn't, because 90% of the people that do this are not pulling money out of the market. You want to be part of the 10%. And how do you get to the 10%? It's being very confident and being content when you have a profitable day. That's what you want to be focused on. All right, so let's look at the charts here. If you enjoyed the morning stream, I mean, I want to get a temperature on this stuff because I need to know if you folks out here appreciate these kinds of talks, because I think there's value in them. If you're appreciating this, go ahead and drop a W in the chat for me here in the YouTube chat or in the Discord if you appreciate this kind of stuff to start your morning with. And, I want to be the person that lets you know that I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And I know the realities of it, that those folks who are having those $100,000 days, they're not showing you the next few weeks where they end up losing 80 to 120,000 over the next couple weeks. All you see as the viewer is that $100,000 day, and you think, well, I only made 100. You're doing so well if you can pull $100 out of the market in a day. Because if you can't pull $100 out of the market in a day, what makes you think you're going to be able to pull $100,000 out of the market in a day? Maybe you get lucky, but luck doesn't last, right? Luck doesn't last. Which is why a lot of folks out there, these influencers and these gurus, they're working with all these different prop firms because they're just going to show you, hey, I did really well on this prop firm where I was going long, but don't look over here at the ones where I was going short today. And then you sit there and you go, why can't I trade as good as this guy? Well, if you want to, don't do that. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. You can show your support too by hitting that lucky like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the stream. We're trying to get to 7,500 subs here on the stream. So yeah, there's our day so far, 2186 in the profit. Very happy about that. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect and connect over to the other thing. When you're on a live funded account, you have a separate connection, right? Because you're not connected to the Top Step servers anymore. You're actually connected to the Chicago Rhythmic servers because it's live money. It's real money. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my Top Step accounts here. And if there's a trade setup that we want to take, probably take it. I'm pretty sure we'll probably take it in an XFA. If we're going to take it in a combine, I'll be very transparent with that. And then I'll say, I'm going to trade this in a combine, but I'd probably lean towards taking something in XFA. But where I'm at, mentally, I probably want to trade a little bit smaller, right? Because we're up money on the day. The last thing I want to do is try to give money back, right? That's the last thing I want to do. So, does anybody have any trades on here, either in the Discord or in the YouTube chat here? Anybody have any trades on? Luna in the Discord here says they're short. Gonna have a drink of tea here. One moment. When we're talking about stress too, Rusty Golfer says, going big is stressful. I have $300 with no stress. I average $300 with no stress and I'm happier. That's the thing. It's so easy to erase. If you're going $300 a day, right? That's $1,500 a week, 5 trading days a week. You're looking at about $6,000 a month, right? 4 trading weeks in a month. $6,000 a month from making $300 a day is extraordinary. It's phenomenal, right? It's amazing. $6,000 a month from clicking a few buttons for a couple hours in the morning, and you can have another job doing this, right? This is supplemental income. You can have a completely other career while you're just day trading in the mornings, right? We go live here 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, trade from 8 until 10, and then go do your other job. $6,000 extra a month sounds fantastic. Now, if you're not okay with $6,000 a month, and this is where, most people are so focused, they're not seeing the forest for the trees. They're focused on that big number, right? They're looking for, I want to get that $10,000 or even, hey, I want to get that $6,000. You need to be complacent in the idea that it's much better to face on the markets thinking that what can I make today that will create my month for tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Rusty Golfer says, this is a hobby. I'm self-employed in real life. There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of folks out there who are traders as a secondary source of income. Sorry, does selling rips mean you're a perma bear? I get that question a lot. So the way that my name came about is that it works both ways, right? So if you're longing a dip, you'd sell the rip, right? If you're going long, you buy the dip, you sell the rip. Also, if you don't have a position on and it's ripping to the top side and you see that it's exhausting, you're selling that rip, trying to get a short to the downside. So, hey, it works both ways. Good morning there, Josh. Good morning. So yeah, it works both ways. Selling rips, that's how that name came up, and then it just stuck. Selling rips, and then it got shortened to everybody just calls me Rips now. So let's see if there's any setups today. If we're looking at the charts here, I drew out a couple of different zones of interest here. The blue lines are our Clubhouse levels, and I thought I'd start sharing those more on stream here. But you can see these the Clubhouse levels that we had overnight here. They worked out really, really well. We have kind of a standoff level here at, what is that, 853. I need glasses. I need I need to get my prescription changed here. 853 and a half. I can't believe we're at 16,800 again. 853 and a half up here. This area had a little bit of a kerfuffle. So this is a big area of interest. I'm just going to circle this right here. This is a huge area of interest that I'm going to be watching today. Because if we come down, we auction down to this bullish order block, and we do actually hold that, there's a chance that we're going to interact with that liquidity up there, because there's a lot of transactions that happen towards the end of day in this area here, right? And then, over in the Globex session, this is where I caught that perk to the top side, right? Music 618 says, I was up 2,900 in 3 days on 50K XFA and lost the account 3 days later. And that's the thing, let me ask you a question. And if you don't want to answer, that's fine. But was it something that distracted you in the sense that, did you feel less than when you were showing great progress on that? Or did you feel that, I'm not making enough money? There's people out there. I see all these people posting these huge wins. I got to do better. Was that the kind of mindset that motivated you to kind of lose the accounts that quickly? Yeah, there you go. See? Thank you so much for sharing your story. I really appreciate that. And that's the thing, is that you need to be okay with it. And a lot of the questions I get when I'm doing one-on-ones here in Clubhouse, we do a couple one-on-ones here, which, by the way, you folks in Clubhouse here who are in the Discord, I'm having a calendar special app where I'm going to post a link here in the Discord where you can actually just book the time, and it'll have it'll be all scheduled for everybody. Because I can't do it by DMs. It's getting too overwhelming doing it by DMs now. So I'm going to post a link to the calendar thing, and there's no charge for any of the mentorship, all the one-on-ones. It's all completely free. So, but yeah, so I'm going to be posting that. Yeah, exactly, Calendly. That's the one. So I'm going to be posting that towards the end of the week here, so you folks can book the time there. Do you use session profile at all? Yes, absolutely. In fact, let me bring that up here. Let me go ahead and add that as an indicator. Session volume profile. Oh, I forget, you don't double click it. There we go. So there's the session volume profile. You can see here, like I said, this area of interest that we're looking at here. Let's continue talking about what I was talking about here. So we have this bullish order block here that is to the downside. We could extend the prices down, but below that we have an inducement zone. And this is usually where traders get kind of thrown off. A lot of smart money concept traders, ICT traders, whatever you want to call it, Wyckoff traders. The inducement zone is really interesting to me, because below that we have an inefficiency, which then could act as a stronger inducement zone, bringing us to this very strong bullish order block. I believe this is a 1 hour block or maybe a 4 hour block. Let me see here. It's a 4 hour block. So this is a large block here, and it's definitely very interesting, right? Very interesting right now. We have huge inefficiency below that as well. But this could act as a very large inducement zone. The other thing I want to consider today is the fact that NVIDIA it didn't do the sell-off that we were looking for yesterday. NVIDIA has just been kind of holding up at these levels. You can see how many transactions took place up here. Could be a lot of selling up there. But we really want to be watching NVIDIA today, because, AMD as well. AMD, very important to be watching. AI is getting hot. The sector for AI is getting hot again. So we want to be watching these names today kind of off to the side. If you have a side chart, I would highly recommend putting those into your side charts and watching for that. Because if we blow through this inducement zone, we get into this inefficiency, we get down to this order block, that could be a nice refresher for us to kind of gather some liquidity. Most traders are going to be waiting for the CPI tomorrow, right? And I put this in the morning memo, which goes out every single morning here in the Clubhouse. Also, the morning memo, if you have a broker like Schwab, TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, if you have one of these brokers like Webull, E-Trade, if you go to a ticker like SPY, you can actually see the morning memo is actually posted in there. Let me show you what this looks like. So if you go to, today's hasn't been posted yet, but let's see if I go on Thinkorswim. Right? If I go on Thinkorswim, and I guess this is going to be backwards, so you're not really going to see it, but I go on Thinkorswim and I go to like the triple Qs, I can see under the news, I can see the Market Clubhouse morning memo, and I tap that and it gives me the whole morning memo, and it gives you levels for everything, right? It gives you levels for SPY, the Qs, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Tesla, Google, NVIDIA. It gives you all of the levels for that. They come out late though. In Clubhouse, we release those at about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. But if you still want the levels and everything, those are released free to all these different brokerages, E-Trade, Webull, but it comes out probably around like 10 a.m. So after the market's been open. So there's a little bit of a lag on it. So, but yeah, so those are the names that I really want to be paying attention to. Google was very, very strong as well. Let's take a look at Google really quick. Google, very, very strong. You can see yesterday, this was the thorn in my side yesterday. We were talking about that when I was taking the market short here. And, very, very thin liquidity to the top side here. And then look at most of the liquidity here gathered in that area up top. So Google's going to be one to watch today too. And we're going to see do we have some bleeding on the table, but I'm not so sure that we get that. We might just continue to rally until the CPI print tomorrow. And that's going to be a lot of fun to trade with you folks here. Tomorrow's Thursday. It's going to be at 8:30 in the morning here. The stream will be going live at 8 a.m. here tomorrow. And I will be going live on Top Step tomorrow as well. It's going to be my first time doing the RIPS recap as well as trading Power Hour live on Top Step TV. And then on Friday, I'll do about an hour stream here in the morning with you folks. And we'll talk about what happened with the CPI print, how it affected the market, what we can see looking forward, moving into the FOMC meeting at the end of this month. And Friday, I'll be streaming here for about an hour, and then I'll be going live on Top Step TV. And that live stream will also be live here in the Discord. I won't be able to simulcast it to YouTube. If you want to watch me live on Friday, trading live, beyond the first hour from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. will be here on YouTube, but 9 a.m. on will be live on Top Step TV. So chip names holding the market. SMCI going to be huge. NVIDIA, the move, obvious. Microsoft will run as well if it gets over 378. Yeah, again, the AI sector is really starting to heat up, and NVIDIA is a big component of that, of course. NVIDIA just super strong here, looking to go for 550 today. So we're going to have to see if that's the case. And so here's the other thing too. Microsoft still hasn't talked about their Copilot numbers. Copilot is huge for Microsoft. When they start talking about their Copilot usage, that's going to give us a lot of temperature on whether or not consumers are incorporating AI into their workflows. Because if Copilot is strong, then that's going to be expanding upon their Office suite products. And they're going to be a very strong competitor in the AI space if they aren't already. Because remember, Microsoft is the largest investor in OpenAI, ChatGPT, right? So we will have to see whether or not they're going to report their Copilot numbers. I think when does Microsoft have earnings? By the way, I can't even recall when Microsoft has earnings, but I think it's coming up. So we'll have to see. But their Copilot numbers are going to be very, very interesting. If the Copilot numbers are bad, I expect that Microsoft will drop like a rock. And that, of course, will have a lot of heavy effect on the broader market. Why? Does anybody know why Microsoft would have a big, broad effect on the market? Well, they're the number 2 weight of both the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500, right? So 23rd, that is 13 days away. Thank you for that, Tim. Appreciate that. So yeah, there you go. 13 days away, we'll have earnings from Microsoft. And then Apple, of course, their earnings aren't going to be affected by this, but they have the headset coming out. What is that called? The Vision Pro. The Vision Pro is coming out. And that also is not going to affect the AI space, but it's going to be, Apple's hardware space. But I do expect them to make some sort of AI-based announcement, right? Could you imagine if Siri was as good AI as the other GPT learning models out there? If Siri actually, if they started to put a heavy focus on that. And that's what I think that they're going to be doing, a shift in that to 2024. That's probably going to be on their roadmap. It's probably going to happen. So we're going to be listening for a lot of this AI news. And this could be one of those things that I hate to be overly bullish, right? You'll hear me be overly bearish, overly bullish, but I just want to share my commentary here. You'll often hear me be a little bit overly bullish, but this could be the next stage in a huge market cycle boom. I said it, right? And I know we're so pumped up right now. Everything's crazy. We're so pumped up. But the AI sector, I don't think we're priced in there yet. I said it. I don't think we're priced in there yet. I don't think that it's. Oh, hold on. Serious talk. Speaking of AI, I don't know if we're priced in yet. So we'll see. I think Microsoft earnings are going to give us a big hint on that. It's going to be big, right? If they share Copilot numbers and Copilot adoption is up, Microsoft rips 30 points on that. Guaranteed. Believe me on this. We'll see Microsoft rip up 30 points, and then we're talking about Microsoft being priced at $400. $400 of Microsoft. I remember Microsoft was breaking over 200. I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I think it broke 200, hit 225, rejected. Gosh, this must have been 2 or 3 years ago, but Microsoft hitting 400. Wow. NVIDIA meandering up towards 650, And then you have Amazon. Amazon is still in the AI space because all of their AI think about how they manage their shipping costs. That's all through artificial intelligence. It's through predictive algorithms that predict where products are going to be located, where these most ordered products are going to be, and they put them in these hubs that are closest to your homes. That's all done through advanced AI. So Amazon's part of that space. Are you starting to see the trend? Everybody in the Mag 7 has their fingers in the AI pot. And this is why we could be seeing a massive, massive bull market emerge from this. And I know that we're already up a lot, but there you have it. And yeah, there you go. Spark Global saying AI bubble. Hey, if it's usable and consumers really start to go in that, it's something that can happen. But again, if it is an AI bubble and it breaks, yeah, there we go to the downside. But you can bet your bottom dollar will be here shorting the pants off the thing, right? Split Happens says, rips. You're sounding better today. Hope you're feeling as good as you sound. I am. I tell you what, it's, if you've ever been really, really sick, you get that big old burst of energy, right? After you've been sick for a long time. Today was that day where I woke up and I had that burst of energy. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. When we start seeing penny stocks adding AI to their names and press releases, the top is very close. Yeah, we saw that. What was that in 2022? When was the AI small cap thing going on? Was that just last year? When you're in the markets, it feels like 2 years is like a half a year sometimes. I can't even remember when that was. The good old man flu, Riffs? Yeah, it's crazy. I honestly didn't think I'd be as sick as I was for as long as of a time that I was sick. So, but let's see here. All right, let's see what account that we have selected here. Got an Express funded account here. The last run to the top was blockchain. Yeah, it is an election year too. And funds like to find excuses for things to run. And so if they want to make AI run and just use headlines as an excuse to really pump up these markets to get people really jazzed up and excited, they'll go ahead and they'll do that, right? They'll do that. On the brink of death. I was sick for a week right on January 1st. It hit me. Yeah, so I think when did it start hitting me? On Tuesday last week. So I was on the 2nd. So when did you start feeling well there, Moon? We're getting a reset email from TopStep today. Yes, that is the free fire drill reset. If you signed up for it, you will be getting that reset today. Yes. So in the way of news today, it's pretty light. It's quite light. We did have the MBA mortgage applications that came out about an hour and a half ago. I didn't even check the report on that, actually. Let me see what those came out at here. Oh boy, that's a while ago now. Oh, it's not even showing up in my news anymore because it's so long ago. But yeah, so we had the MBA mortgage applications. Did those? Let me pull up the old financial calendar here. What is it? Calendar. There we go. So MBA mortgage applications came out at 9.9%. Then the prior read was negative 10.7%. Wow. Holy smokes. Big flush here. We are heading back down into that bullish order block, but I want to see if we actually catch any kind of bounce there. I'm not really hankering to put on a trade until we get that perfect setup. So what I'd like to see is a drawdown into this order block here, which is right below our level of 22 3/4, right? Big Clubhouse level there, 22 3/4. Just looking across the board here, things don't look too slippery right now. Apple is, a little bit of selling there, but on lower share size. Google, a little bit of a rollover. But again, we don't have a lot of news today, right? We had the MBA mortgage applications, which I just shared. The prior read was negative 10.7%. The actual read this week was, for the week ending in January 5th, was 9.9%. So positive read on that. But then the next piece of news that we actually have coming out here is going to be the November final wholesale inventories and the wholesale trade sales. And that usually doesn't really move the market. And pre-CPI, the only thing is that if we had a lot of news on the docket today, I would say that you have a lot of funds that are going to be looking to sort of hide their... So if you think about it, you can't hide orders that are hitting the tape. You can hide orders before they hit the tape, right? These are iceberg orders in futures. You can do it with any broker. It's kind of an algorithm that runs that. But you can use that on commons, on equities shares. You can do that where you're showing you only are wanting to buy 100 shares of something, but you actually are having an order of 50,000 shares, for instance. Yeah, we do have the crude oil inventories out at 10:30 today, but then prior to that, we do have the wholesale inventories. We also do have Mr. John Williams, who's a voter who's speaking today at 3:15, so 45 minutes before the close, could inject some volatility. But what I was saying is that, you can't hide orders that are actually hitting the tape. That's when your hand is shown, so to speak, right? You can hide your orders that haven't been accessed yet, meaning that if you're at $100 and the price is at 101, you can be at $100 with a 50,000 share buy on the bid. And until it comes down and it touches that order, nobody can really see that if you're hiding it. You can only show that you want to buy 100 shares of something, but in reality, you're wanting to buy 50,000 shares of something. Well, when the price comes down and it taps your order, it'll take 100 shares, but then your 100 share will still show there. And this is what we watch for, when we're watching Bookmap, when we're watching the Dome. I used to do this when I traded small caps, when I trade large caps. You're watching for how this interacts, and you can do this with other tools like footprint charts. This is coming down still, by the way. Anybody in here short, by the way? I think we had, who was it in here? I think it was Luna that was short. But anyway, you can hide your orders before they hit the tape, but once they hit the tape, it's shown. And the reason why I'm going on this rant about hidden orders is that if we had a lot of news on the docket today, a lot of funds can use that news as a guise or a shield, a smoke screen, to say, oh, well, this print means this when it really doesn't, and then put in a lot of orders, put in a lot of volume, put in a lot of size, right? And they don't have that today. They don't have that smoke screen. So we'll have to see that on this wholesale inventories read, even though it usually wouldn't move the market pre-CPI, we might see that moving the market today. So we are coming down right to our level now of 22 3/4. Market is selling off decently hard here. It would have been nice if I would have shorted from where I actually closed my position. I'd be up, what would that be, about 900? That'd be about 80 handles here. Not too shabby. Selling rips in stocks, ETFs, etc. It's normal to see huge blocks reported the next day filled as late reports. Is that allowed with futures? I haven't seen that really in futures. More desk-to-desk trades or swaps is what you'll see. But not late prints. I've not really seen that. You'll have gaps, in the hour close, but not really anything like you'd see in commons or equities, usually, as far as my knowledge base goes. So, all right, we're tapping into that order block down here to the south side. We want to see now if it comes into this inducement zone. Good luck to anybody who is already short this thing. Very, very nice. We are coming into a big pocket of liquidity here. You can see here on our SVP. Also, I can see it on my Bookmap, but you can see right here. Let me show you on Bookmap first here. This is kind of the lower end of this volume shelf. And this is one of the reasons why I love Bookmap. You can see here, very nice volume shelf here. And it kind of cuts off here towards these lows, looking at around 815 or so, right? And we go back into TradingView, we can see the exact same thing in that SVP HD. There's the volume shelf, kind of skitters off right there below 815. So it's great to have these volume profiles on your chart to keep track of everything, see where the actual liquidity is and the interest is. Now, when you're looking at volume shelves like this, what you want to consider is that, if it were to go below 815 and all of a sudden we see a big rash of sellers, massive sellers coming in really, really quick, then we can flush through that and then we go to the next volume shelf, which is from the prior session. I mean, this is going to be strong here, right? We have the prior session, this volume shelf here, but then we have this one down here. And this is kind of that inducement zone, inefficiency, and then much more volume kind of showing up here. Showing up there. RBB1 says, good morning, Rips. Question for you. It seems like since Monday that institutions have been long from the lower end of the range. Delta's been long with pullbacks, yes, being brought to protect long positions, both the S&P and the NQ. Is this something you're looking at? Or do you have a different read? No, I absolutely agree with you 100%. Now we just want to see, whether or not this was all kind of a ruse to get a lot of people excited pre-CPI, and then we're going to see a lot of dumping today. Because if you're looking at the positioning like RBB1 here pointed out in the Discord here, a lot of the positioning happened way back in lower prices, and there's a lot of profit in that right now. So the question becomes do they want to peel off 50% of their positions pre-CPI? Are they confident? Do they have a read on the CPI? Are their analysts just locked tight with this information that they're going to be able to know that the CPI print is going to moon? These are the things you want to consider. And again, like I was saying earlier, you can't hide orders that are hitting the tape. So if we see a lot of risk coming off today, that could be a lot of profit taking from that. And as well as trying to bring the price down for maybe some future positioning here, given that the CPI print is favorable for the market. So we'll be talking about that too tomorrow early on the stream here. But yeah, I do agree with your read 100%. Today's a pivotal day, and I'm actually surprised that we don't have a lot of news on the docket. Yesterday was really interesting as well, that we saw, a lot of this ripping to the top side. It looked to me mostly like shorts were getting squozen. That's a real word, by the way, squozen. It looked like the shorts were getting squeezed to the top side. And this kind of kerfuffle here, generally speaking, is sort of like, that to me looks like end of day sort of risk off type of move, because if you had people that were vehemently shorting this up here, then you'd probably see, a little bit more pressure to the downside towards the close. Instead, we still had kind of a lot of bid support showing up in the lower area of that. So that was my kind of read on everything. Today's going to be very, very important. If we are breaking below that, getting through this inducement zone, flushing through that inefficiency and coming back down here, I would be pretty surprised. But again, I want the market to surprise me on the daily. I want the unexpected thing to happen. I want the market to continually surprise me and keep me on my toes. And I always try to keep an open bias, except if you tuned in yesterday. If you tuned in yesterday, I was very biased on the idea that NVIDIA was going to have a take profit day, and I got mopped. I took about a $23,000 loss yesterday, which was in one of my XFAs. Brutal loss, right? Max loss on that one. But we're transparent here. We talk about everything. We show it. And the trade plan I had, it was green multiple times. There's a lot of folks in here, both in the YouTube chat, on the Discord, that were both, everybody. I mean, I saw a lot of folks that were green, and some folks stayed green, some folks did not. But I had the wrong read on the market, and that's going to happen from time to time. And this is why I say, you rarely ever want to hold on to a bias. I mean, if ever. I know it's hard sometimes, but it can be difficult, right? It can be difficult. I lost 3,000. No, not 23,000. No, I lost $3,000 yesterday. 3,000. No, 3,000 yesterday. So yeah, it was a max loss in one of my XFAs. So, and my idea with the XFAs here is to take money from my XFAs and funnel it into my live account, so I can get the live account balance higher. So maybe I can get larger lot positions on and maybe a larger drawdown. So. But yeah, so it was not embarrassing is the right word, but it was unfortunate, right? When you're streaming in front of 1,000 people and you take a loss, it's definitely unfortunate. It's not fun, but I'm happy to do that with full transparency and show that there's a reality to trading, that you're not going to win every single day. We have a very high hit rate. We have a very high win percentage. But you're not going to win every time. And in my journal entry, I talked about how clouded I was by my bias. I went back and I watched the stream multiple times because I was really looking for where I can improve on my edge and looking for things. And it's so funny. I even said it to my wife, who is so sick about hearing from me about trading, of course. I said to her, if I took the same trade again and I watched the same tape again, there's a good chance I'd still hold that bias, because it really looked like it was going to break those 60s yesterday. And the thesis that I had that NVIDIA was going to fade, we had an open fade yesterday. If you don't remember, the price was coming down, but we just didn't break below 516, 515 in NVIDIA. And that was why, unfortunately, ended up taking a max loss. We took 3 tries at the short, I believe. We were in the profit $2,000 multiple times. I didn't take that profit because I was looking for that bigger trade. I could have managed it more effectively, meaning that, we had 3 contracts short, which was not big size at all, which means, can make $2,000 on 3 lots. Amazing. But we had it in the profit. I could have moved my stop down to only, I got stopped out on the first trade, realizing about $500 worth of profit. And then the second trade ended up losing. And then the third trade, I was up $2,100 in the profit, and I didn't take it, didn't peel off anything, because I had hungry eyes is what I call it. I had very, very hungry eyes, very hungry eyes. And that's what I was looking at there. Just take profit and move stop loss. Yeah, exactly. And for me, I didn't expect that we were going to get such a rip roaring rally. But of course, looking back at it, there's a lot of different things I could have done to manage my risk more effectively. And that's obviously why we journal. That's why we journal every single day. And the great part about streaming here every single day is that I have a record of all of my trades in real time, which other streamers can't really do that because they're not showing their trades, right? It'd be great if there's these other popular streamers, number one streamers out there, if they actually showed their trades from start to finish, because then they'd have a log of their trades that they can go back and journal and look at that. But Yeah, they don't do that, so they don't really have a good way of journaling. They don't actually record their trades in real time. They have one account going long, one account going short, and whichever one's in the profit, that's the one they show you. But anyway, it was great to review it, and definitely some room for improvement on my part, to say the least. And that's the thing about trading. There is no destination in your trading journey. In fact, it is all about the journey, and it should be a constant improving journey where you're always finding ways to improve your edge, improve your psychology, improve your risk management, and improve yourself as a person. That's what trading should be about. If you think that there's a destination at the end of trading where you're going to finally get there 5 years, 10 years down the line and say, we got them, we're all set. It doesn't work like that. And I can tell you from being in this game for years and years and years, you're always going to find leaks to improve. Edges are going to change over time. There was a time in the market where everything was all about press releases or tweets. That was a great thing that was a great market to be trading back in 2017, 2018. That was a fun market. But we're in a different market cycle now. We're in the Fed market cycle. This has been going on for a long time, but it will change, and there will be new edges that emerge and new things that happen. And hopefully you find those things in your trading. But it's an ongoing journey, and that's the thing that you should learn to appreciate. Find solace in the fact that there is no destination in this journey. The journey is what it's all about, right? The destination is the journey itself. That's what you need to focus on. You almost made it all back today, so yesterday was a scratch. Plus, you got a valuable lesson even after so many years. But hey, that's a great way to look at it. I love that. Thank you for that highlight time. But yeah, that's the thing, right? It's all about this journey that we're on. And if you're respectful of the journey, there's other people out there that want to rush this journey, right? And you know who they are out there. They're the ones who are YOLOing 15 contracts at a time on one account long, 15 contracts YOLO'd on another account short, working with 20 different prop firms because they know if they only worked with one prop firm like Top Step, their cover's blown. And they go, well, this person had 10 back-to-back max loss days after they got really lucky on a 15 contract trade and made 40 grand on a newsprint. Yeah, that trader got their account blown because they can't trade. So what do they go and do? They go trade with 10 different prop firms, send 5 long, 5 short. Hey, don't look over here. Just look at this one. Yeah, we crushed it today. All right, let's go. Those aren't traders. And if you're watching those people, that toxic mindset is going to perpetuate. And it's not going to help you along your trading journey. So think about that. Spend your time with somebody who appreciates you, somebody who doesn't talk down to you, somebody who understands that this is going to be a struggle, that we're going to get through this together, and it's going to take time. Because if you watch enough of that garbage, you're going to start thinking, I need to trade 15 contracts. If he can do it, if this knucklehead can do it, then I should be able to do it. That's the thing. Don't think like that. All right, folks, let's see here. We are still careening down towards this bullish order block here. And it is coming down. But I'm still not taking this. Any folks still in here short? Let's see how many likes we have, because I want to run a poll here. How many likes are we at here? We're at 250 likes. That's good enough for me to run a poll here. If we get to 350 likes, we'll stream all the way through the open here. Will the NQ end the day up or down? Up, down, and then for you folks who like to get wild, we're going to put unchanged. For you folks who like to get frisky on these polls here. Just got out of my short. Dan is short. How'd you do on that one, Barrett? Yeah, there's a streamer out there having an identity crisis going between I'm the best trader in the world to I'm not a trader, I'm an entertainer. And they have an identity crisis, and they're making all these crazy kooky claims. But I guess, if you're trying to scam some prop firms and run 5 long and 5 short, 5 prop firms over here are going long, 5 prop firms over here are going short. And whichever one wins, that's the one we're going to take the payout from. Let's go. That nonsense. Oh, it's a sad thing, isn't it? It's a shame. It's a shame. All right. So coming back down into this bullish order block. And it's It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because, again, we're at the lower end of this volume shelf. Markets do seek liquidity. So if this does snap below, we're also looking at the E-mini here, S&P E-mini. This is well below that 47.91. Get it out, Rebs. 47.91 and 3/4 there. We have a nice little pull down here all the way down to 47.83. But you can see these volume shelves here, they kind of coincide at the same area. This is a double stack, double decker volume shelf here. This is session after session. So this is important. And so we'll have to see whether or not it can actually hold above this volume shelf. If it doesn't, we get back into that inducement zone and then that huge inefficiency down to the downside here, and we'll fill that. So that's what we'll be watching for. Again, I'm still no trades here outside of the trade that I took earlier before stream. And this is the area that I want to focus on for the time being. we don't know who you're referring to. No, that's enough. I feel like we roasted enough this morning. It's good stuff, though. It's all in good fun, right? It's just some friendly competition because, with enough time, people are going to start to realize that, if you want to watch a gambling stream, you can go on kick.com. There's a bunch of streamers that stream on Stake where you can watch them play slot machines, and they also play some blackjack. Roulette, that's another one. So if you want to watch a gambling stream, I recommend you go over there. Drake actually streams on Kick. You should go watch him. There's some great gambling streamers out there, but you just don't want to watch somebody who's not telling you they're gambling, but they're really gambling. What is the volume profile called when you divide it up in two different areas by time? Session volume profile, SVP. SVP. That's the one you want there, Luna. Best roulette streamer around. Oh, man. I think it's going to be interesting the day that Stake approaches me and says, hey, do you want to be a sponsored streamer for gambling? You're in the gambling space, right? And I feel like all the traders we watch out there, they're gamblers. We'll be the only non-gambling trader stream out there. That's going to be our MO here. Oh, man. But yeah, did you find that one, Luna? It's called the SVP, Session Volume Profile, SVP HD. And you can get it right here. It's a Session Volume Profile HD. That's the one. So again, we are pushing down. We are in a downtrend here. We have given up the entire move from the Globex session here. And a lot of liquidity was exchanged in this area here. So betwixt 29 and 53, big area to be watching. This is kind of why I have this block kind of, I can actually bring this down a little bit here. I want to bring it to right about there. And then we can actually extend it. I just didn't want to get in our order block there. But yeah, this is a big area to be watching here. Very important area of liquidity. What does inducement zone mean? That's a great question. So when you have a bullish order block like this, and you have a stronger bullish order block like this down below, what you'll have, this is a huge gap. So it doesn't qualify as well as if you had, let's just say that the bullish order block was here. Even though, you could say that this is another block here. We could actually even draw that. It's a weaker block, but inducement zones are used because market makers know that there's a lot of stops that are placed below this bullish order block, right? And they want to sweep liquidity below that. But when we have an inducement zone above an inefficiency area in the market, that inducement zone can be like a magnet, and that's where we can see a really, really heavy flush. So we're looking at, again, we'll go back to the S&P E-mini. You can see here, if we just eyeball it here, there's a line in the sand that's right about here, right about here, where if we broke that line in the sand, this was an area of prior resistance, kind of coincides with that, kind of coincides with the volume shelf, kind of coincides with the end of the volume shelf here. That's sort of a line in the sand right now. And if that line were to snap, there's not a lot of customers that are in this area, and we're going to have massive amount of buyers that are stepping up. A lot of folks that took this long, funds that took this long in Globex, if they're not out of the market by now, you could have a lot of folks that took it long. You could just see from the volume profile here, there's a lot of folks from yesterday's session that are in the liquidity here. They're in the liquidity here. And it's, the question you have to ask yourself is below that, do we have an exchange of liquidity and get that inducement zone to the downside and then flush back into that inefficiency? So these are just areas on your chart where you have context. You're taking the picture of the auction and you're adding context to it. You're adding flavor to it. So you know that if it does break below that, that is a large magnetized zone that is going to draw liquidity down. If we break through that, getting into that inefficiency, the only area that I think that we'd stop if we get stopped at all would be down here into this area right here, the upper end of this area, which again, I just don't want my charts to get too messy, but this is a bullish order flow here. So if we get, into that area down there, that inducement zone can be very strong, flush us into that inefficiency and bring us down to that bullish order flow there. Rips, what do you think of Danny Trades, kid who does 50K days? I honestly, I don't know enough about them to really comment. There's some great streamers out there. I don't think they stream on YouTube, so I really only discussing the folks who stream on YouTube. There's very few people who stream with transparency out there, but the ones who do, those are the real ones. Those are the ones that you should be watching, not the ones who show you after the fact. What's the inefficiency zone in? Well, I believe it was on a 4 hour. Let's see here. 4 hour, was this on a 4 hour? Let's see here. Yeah, 4 hour inefficiency. It's the wick from here to this wick right here. You can call it a fair value gap, right? But this is inefficiency because what happened was we have an impulsive move here in the market. We have an impulsive move to the top side. And what happens through that is that you don't have a lot of counterparties to that trade, right? You can see in the session volume profile here, you can see how light that liquidity is to the top side. So if we go into the 15 minute again, and we go back down to that inefficiency, waiting for the volume profile to load, you can see how thin that is, right? It's very, very thin. So there's a lot of missing orders. So if there's customers who want to buy or sell in that area, namely the counterparty to the trade since it's going up, or sellers, right? You don't have people who are able to sell during that impulsive move. And so it leaves behind a fair value gap or inefficiency, whatever you want to call it. And that's what an inefficiency is. It leaves behind inefficiency in the market, and the market likes to repair inefficiencies and it seeks liquidity. So if there's inefficiency, you have to imagine that if it rushed through a certain area and you don't have counterparties to that trade because it's just rushing right on through, they didn't have enough time to provide liquidity for that area of the market. We want to revisit that area and repaint over that inefficiency. We want to have counterparties to that trade that got brushed over and pushed on over, right? Let's see here. iMan is fake news. I don't know about them either. Hey, Rips, do you know a trader that goes by the name of Trading with Travis trades on YouTube? No, I do not. I'm unfamiliar with that person. I know a trader that has challenged Toxic several times. It says just not worth his time because he knows he would be exposed. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of drama out there. I just like to have fun with it. Whenever we go on our little rants about it, I'm just having fun. We're having a good time in here. But yeah, if you are watching somebody, you want to make sure that they're transparent, because the worst thing that you could do is get misled by somebody who's not transparent in their trading, and then you're thinking that you're underperforming and everybody else is doing so well and you've got some kind of issue. We are 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes now until the top of the hour. I do want to see if this solidifies this zone here, if this bullish order block is picking up the pace and kind of solidifying here. But Bart says, less is more when it comes to following YouTube traders. There you go. Think about a bus that missed a stop and has to come back and get passengers. I love that. Dr. Swag. Great explanation. I'm going to use that one. I like that one a lot. That's great. That's awesome. You have to think funds are going to get their orders filled regardless. It's just a matter of time. That's a great way to look at it as well. Hey, good morning there, Wotes. See, I got your name right today. I'm feeling much better. Conscious Investor says they're just manipulating you into buying their course. Meanwhile, they make no money trading. And that's the thing about, the Clubhouse in here. I don't make any promises about you're going to join the Clubhouse and all of a sudden you're going to be a fantastic trader overnight. All I say is that you get access to the zero latency live stream. And the best part about it is you come in, you can try it for 7 days and you can see whether or not you like the fit in here. But you get access to all the webinars that I put on, which, by the way, they're going to be coming in hot this month because I was sick and I didn't do any webinars in the first week, but we're going to be coming in hot between doing the one-on-ones and doing the webinars. It's going to be a lot. Yeah. Hi, Rips. You last 3 months were all profitable. Yeah, I believe so. I mean, all XFAs and everything that was real money. Obviously, blowing combines along the way. I had some unprofitable days where I blew up combines. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, making money, trading XFAs. And then obviously, you folks saw I got moved from XFAs into the live trading Top Step account. And that's have to be profitable. You can't lose money and get put into that. So, yeah. He forgot to mention the traders dance floor. Yeah, we have a brand new traders floor here in the Clubhouse. So after I finish live streaming for the day, the folks go in there and they it's open mic, so anybody can chat in there, and it's a lot of fun. Do you use different time slices on Bookmap? Well, the benefit of Bookmap that I love is that I can use my mouse wheel and I can just scroll in and out, right? And I can scroll all the way back to yesterday. And well, you can't really see that because the screen's a little stretched, but yeah, I can see yesterday, and you can see this is the footprint left behind from algorithms here, by the way. That's what you can see, that liquidity that's been missing there, right? And you can see this is during the live session yesterday, and this is during the Globex session. The larger the bubbles, the more volume. So you can see very, very light volume. You can also see volume down here, very, very light volume, although it's picking up now. But yeah, and I can squeeze down into this as tight as I want to go. And so if we want to look at what's happening right now in real time, you can see, there you go, order by order that is hitting the tape. And it's like a heartbeat of the market. It's the rhythm of the market. It's the dance of the market. And then if I want to go back to a certain area and say, well, how are they actually contracting this liquidity? How are these transactions taking place? I can zoom right into that there. And I can zoom even further down into the nanosecond level. And I can see all of those orders broken apart one by one contract by one contract as they hit the tape there. Look at that. Extrapolate that out. And it's great because Bookmap allows you to record Bookmap sessions that you can go back and watch at any time there, which is amazing. Rips, we have a head and shoulders forming on the 5. It was looking like it earlier. Let me see, 5 or 15 even. But yeah, I mean, it's looking like it. We got the dome up here. We got the shoulders up here. We got your left foot in. You got your right foot out, and shake it all about. Yeah, we have sort of a head and shoulders forming here for sure. I call it a big scary bull ghost. Boo. He's just up here. He or she's up here, and it's just ripping to the top side. I mean, it's so funny because I woke up right around this area and I saw this thing ripping, and I ran to my trade station as soon as I saw that ripping, and that's where I got the trade onto the top side there. Let's see here. Hey, Rips, most days you stop streaming before market open on YouTube, but does your stream continue for the Market Clubhouse members during market open? Yeah, it does. But again, I can't say that every single day I'm going to be streaming for an extra 2 hours or whatever. Some days I'll stream for maybe 20 more minutes, maybe 30 more minutes, maybe for an hour. It depends on what's going on in the market. So it really just depends. I'm not going to sit there and take setups, I'm not going to trade during a time where there's a lack of setups. And then sometimes I'll come back on if it's later in the day and discuss, if I'm seeing something, or if I can't get on quick enough, I'll drop what I'm trading in the chat as fast as I can. Like, oh, I'm looking at NQ here for a short trade from this level, But yeah, I try to do as much as I can, right? Yesterday, you mentioned that a moving stop might be good for those who have a hard time exiting. Do you have a rough suggestion for moving a stop value? So you want to move it around market structure. That's what I would do if I were you. So for instance, let's go over to, we can see here on this chart. Let's go to this is the 5 minute. So let's just say that you were short from up here. You're looking for a short, you're looking for that first week bounce and you're stocking the short. Let's say you're short from up here. You're wanting for this to clear down below this area. So once that flushes down there, maybe you're moving your stop to this area of the market structure, right? Right below where we had prior support. So you're putting your stop there. As this is flushing down here, if you're still short, you'd want to wait for this to clear below this market structure, wait for a little weak bounce, and then possibly move it to the top area of that market structure and trail your stop. If you're having trouble trailing your stop too, in NinjaTrader, you can right click and add a trailing stop to it, run it about 40 ticks, which is 10 handles. There's a lot of different ways to skin the cat. But ideally, you want to, if you're having trouble taking profit too early, stop taking profit in front of the train and instead just move your stop behind. But don't get in the habit of moving your stop too quickly. If you're moving your stop too quickly, then guess what? You're going to be hyper scalping. You're going to get out of a trade and then you're going to get right back into a trade. So we are coming down here, definitely looking at eyeing this inducement zone now. We're at the lower edge of this bullish order block here. So we'll have to see. Where is this? Right at, this is interesting because it's at a whole number, right? 806.5 inducement zone could flash right through here because 800s could be weak. Anybody else still short there, by the way? Your video theme seems to be a little cloudy. Is that deliberate or is your camera lens a little dusty? Just change your quality settings. If you go to YouTube and you change it to 1080p, you'll see me in crispy, clear HD. And that's my best look there. Tom Quimby. I was a moderator and had a difference of opinion and left. I'll leave it at that. So who is that? Which oh yeah, I see. That's for one of those other streamers out there. TNC, yeah, talking about 1099s there. No sweat, man. The only thing I took from him was that beneficial, that pivot indicator. Oh goodness. We're talking about some other YouTubers out there. Short in a combine, flatten my XFAs. Nice work there. Luck stacking. Gunky's got one short from 822. Good luck to you. And over Grateful Traders, talking about the overnight low in here. The blue light is washing your set a bit. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, like if I turn over that way, maybe it washes it just a bit, right? Let's just call him the other guy. Took my first payout of the year, Conscious Investing. Give it up, folks, for Conscious Investing. Took their first payout of the year yesterday. Congratulations. Woat says 700 left to pass combine, but going to try to stay disciplined and patient. Very nice work. What do I think about the CPI tomorrow? That is what most every single market participant is waiting for right now. So if we have the CPI come in lower, I think the market can rally a bit because the Fed is really, I mean, we heard from Raphael Bostic this week. We're going to hear from John Williams today. And these are voting members now, right? Raphael Bostic is a voter this year in 2024. And most all of them are parroting back the same exact sentence. And it basically has to do with we're going to be dependent on the data that's coming out. And this CPI data could be so weak, and when I say weak, the number could come in cooler than expected, that it could sway the FOMC. And this would be very much an outlier, Brent. It could sway the FOMC committee to slash rates as early as this meeting. Again, that's like the 1% case. In fact, let's see what the markets are pricing in. I would say even around that. Maybe it's 15%. Let's see. 4.7%. So the markets are pricing in a 4.7% chance of a cut in the FOMC meeting. This is going to be coming in a very short time here, 21 short days. So at the end of this month, it's going to be on January 31st. So that's going to be a lot of fun there to watch and participate. We're going to be trading that together. It's going to be on Wednesday, of course. We're going to be trading that together. I might do a special FOMC stream again. We did it last FOMC, and I think we made some money, or maybe we lost a little bit of money, but it was still a lot of fun. It was still a lot of fun. Hi, I'm new here and considering another class to learn to do this for $7,800. Do you think that is worth it? No. There's a lot of information, including the information that's in my webinars. You can find any of this stuff for free on YouTube if you look hard and long enough. If you want to have a mentor, try to find a good mentor where your styles are aligned, or join a great community, whether it's free or paid, whatever the case. But I think $7,800 is pretty steep. There's some other companies out there that are charging an arm and leg for this stuff. And I'd never bought a course for $7,800. I was lucky enough to have some mentors that were in the institutional banking space. So, you just want to, I mean, there's plenty of free information out there on YouTube. There's plenty of free information out there on YouTube. So if it's not, and by the way, if you want to check out the Clubhouse, you can check it out for 7 days and you can binge watch all the webinars in those 7 days and never pay beyond the $7 for your trial. So if you want to come in, binge watch for 7 days and see if there's any valuable information in there, you can do that as well. But for the most part, no, I would say, probably not a good idea. And I know because we're wired as the way that our minds are wired is that you think that something is very high priced. It must have a very good value. That's generally how our brains are wired. And a lot of the time that's just not the case. Now, I have no idea who you're talking about or what course you're talking about. Maybe it's fantastic and great information, but it's not going to be a shortcut because you paid this high tuition, right? You're not going to get smarter quicker. Honestly speaking, with everybody in here, as I do every single day, the best way that you're going to get better at trading the market is literally just spending time looking at the markets, watching the markets, and hopefully trading the markets on something like Top Step where you're not putting your own capital at risk. That's the best tuition, and there's no way to rush it. I wish there was a way. I wish there was a manual that I could suggest. There's tons of books that I could suggest, but there's none of this is going to fast track where 6 months later, all of a sudden, boom, you're pulling money out of the market. Life is great. You don't have any financial worries anymore. It's just not realistic. It's not how it works. It's a very difficult thing. I've been doing this for a very long time and I'm still learning. Yesterday, I had a lost day, max loss on one of my XFAs. I'm still learning every single day. And if you're not a student of the markets every single day, you're being ignorant. It's a long, long journey. But yeah, start trading on Top Step, use a practice account, trade on paper, get a NinjaTrader free account and just trade on their sim account. Do whatever it takes other than thinking that if you pay somebody a ton of money that all of a sudden you're going to be this market wizard. It's just, it's not the reality. I'm sorry to say it's just not the reality. And you can go into a boot camp and learn a lot of stuff. But if your expectation is that you're going to join a boot camp or you're going to join a course or you're going to join a room, That's the type of thing where if you're setting your expectations that all of a sudden after you do that, I paid some money and now I'm going to be great at this. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. It's time and experience. It's building up that implicit memory to allow you to make quick decisions on the fly. And you've seen patterns before. You've seen patterns emerge. It's going to take a lot of time, right? Screen time. Exactly. Renee says screen time, baby. That's exactly right. Has to be a passion to some degree. Otherwise you don't stand a chance. Yeah. And you folks tune in, appreciate you folks who tune in every single day here. I love talking about the markets. I have a passion for the markets, right? I love talking about the markets. If I didn't have a passion for this, you can believe me, I wouldn't be doing it. I love doing this. It's like, if you're miserable playing chess, you probably don't play chess. If you're miserable doing puzzles, you don't do puzzles. If you enjoy doing them, you do them. And to some people, puzzles and chess is torture. Puzzles and chess is not a great way to spend an afternoon. And to some people it is, right? And that's how trading should be. If you're going into trading because you saw somebody post $1 million trade and you're thinking, well, this person clicked a couple buttons, I'm going to click a couple buttons, I'm going to make $1 million. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. You got to have a passion for it. You got to enjoy this because you're going to be doing it all the time if you want to take this seriously. I don't really know of all that many casual, successful traders. Even the folks that take very limited amount of trades in a year. I have buddies of mine who make millions of dollars in the market and they are limited in their trade selection. They take, there's guys that I know that take 3 to 5 trades in an entire month or even a quarter, and they stock these trades, right? They are stalking these trades in the bushes, waiting for these perfect setups to emerge, and then they're hitting it hot with a lot of leverage and a lot of equity, and they're making big money on these things. But it's not to say that, this person isn't working. No, they're stalking these trades. They're monitoring things. They're analyzing the markets. They're looking at a lot of different things that are affecting what could possibly set up for their perfect trade. But it's a lot of work. They're not sitting there and saying, oh yeah, it's Thursday, I guess I'll trade today. Boom, made $1 million. Let's go. That's just not how it works. So have a passion for it. Have a passion for what you're doing. And if you don't enjoy this now, just get out. Get out now. Don't even continue. And if you're using this as a way that, well, if I just keep trying this thing that I hate to do, all of a sudden I'm going to be financially free. It's going to come even harder to you. It's going to take twice as long. So again, I caution you, if you don't have a passion for this, get out now. Get out now. James Lindsay says the only puzzle more frustrating than trading is Monopoly. Yeah, Monopoly, right? Poll results. Let's see. So we are saying 53% are saying up. Wow, look at that. We have some nice, most folks would say that if we're looking at a market like this right now, most folks would say the market's going to go down, right? Most folks. But I think that you folks in here are very bright. I might have to agree with you here. We might get some more upside leading into CPI. And there may be a read on CPI early, right? Let's see where we're at here. 376 likes. If we get to, let's make it 400. If we get to 400 likes, we'll keep streaming here into the open. 9 a.m. came and went. We had a little perk up. We are still kind of painting around in this bullish order block here. So we'll have to see. I will end the poll here. But let's see if we can get to 400 likes here. We have about 800 folks in here. Really appreciate everybody tuning in and choosing to spend their morning here. And hopefully, you're enjoying these types of discussions. Even if we're not taking trades, I like to host a nice clean show here where we show the reality of trading. We talk about, what your expectation should be. Because I wish that I had this when I first started trading. I wish that I had a voice of reason because I thought, when I very first started trading, there's a day where I made $20,000, $30,000 in a day. And I thought for sure in my head, my exact thought was, people are stupid and I'm the smart one. This is so easy. I just need to be, I wanted to tell everybody too, because I was trading a pair of ETFs. There's a JNUG and JDUS. And my buddy turned me on to this, right? And I gave this, I was talking about this in one of my interviews. But they turned me on to this and I got very, very lucky day 2 or day 3. And I made a 5-figure, huge winning day. And I literally, the first thought that came to my head was that I'm special and everybody else is stupid. This is crazy how easy this is. All I need to do is be right. That if the miners are good today, I take this one. And if the miners are dog food today, I take this one. This is so simple. I found the secret to the free money glitch. Everybody's a moron that doesn't know this. and then I blew my account like 2 or 3 weeks later. It was a lot. It was not fun. It was awful. But that's kind of the reality of trading. And that's kind of, it hooked me because I always kind of was chasing that early on, well, if I made that much early on, I got to be able to do it again. There's no way that I got lucky. And yeah, I got lucky. I got really, really lucky because I didn't know how much I was putting on for leverage. I didn't realize that I was doing something really risky. I didn't realize that I got really lucky. I bought it at the bottom and started ripping. And this day was like a crazy day in the for gold miners, whatever the case. I want to go back and find that actual trade record so I can get the exact amount for what it was. But I was back, I believe, in 2013 or 2014, 2013. So yeah, I want to go back and find that trade. What am I trading? I'm trading the NQ, but we haven't taken a trade since before I got on stream. So this is the only trade that I took was in my Top Step Live account here. So going to be looking to trade the NQ. Cyrus says, market humbles you quickly. Oh my goodness, does it ever? Yeah. And I would be screaming at my screen, go up, go up. It's all the amateur stuff that everybody does in their first 6 months of trading. I did it. I had my charts covered with every single indicator under the sun. My favorite was this one on Thinkorswim. It was called the squeeze indicator or something like that. And I thought that was like the dynamite secret. Oh man, well, the green light means go, send it. And then it's like, no, all these indicators are reading in the past, you knucklehead, Hey, good morning there, Omar. Can you talk us through your trade before the stream today? Yeah, I did at the top of the stream. Brett, if you want to go back and watch the beginning of the stream, I talk about it right when I came on. So when the stream's over, you can go back and rewatch the replay of the stream there and watch me talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it again for everybody that's been here. Yeah, I remember when I made 15K in one day trading options and lost 2K the next week, then 2K the following week. Yep, that's just how it goes. You get it's the Dunning-Kruger effect. You think that you're a genius, and then all of a sudden you realize, no, I'm not. I think I probably, so I blew up that account. I probably took a couple days off, and then I was like, I got to get back in, put more money in the account, but less this time, and then blew that account pretty quickly too. It was just, knuckleheaded behavior, and, without that journey, I don't think I'd be where I am today, right? 20K, not 2K, 0 not working, lost 20K. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy smokes. Sorry to hear that, Ryan. So yeah, we did, look at this. We tapped right below that bullish order block here. Tapped right below it. And look at that. We're talking about this before we came on, before we started telling other stories. We talked about this. This is the lower end of the volume shelf. So if we flushed through that, it's a strong inducement zone, but we didn't. We found some strength down there. Did anybody catch that bounce there off that? I didn't take any of that. What was the biggest break you took? Probably about 6 months away. And I didn't think I was probably going to come back at that time, but I missed trading so much. I had other companies and businesses at the time, and so I was focused on those. So, when you're idle and you don't have anything to do, that's kind of where trading kind of crept back in. And whenever I was busy, I wasn't really thinking about it during my break. But then when I was idle, I was thinking about, you know what, maybe I should get back into trading. And, don't worry, I've been there too. When I started trading futures, took 50K to 150K, then 0. Yeah, you get super headstrong and all that. Long at 8:15, nice work there, Vladimir. Very, very nice. So yeah, we're coming right back up to the level there of 829 and a quarter. We have about 15 minutes until the open here. Was my biggest loss, embarrassingly, is a very, very large loss. Very, very large loss. Single day, extremely large loss. Extremely large. Terrible, terrible. Bad trading. It was 2020 or 2021. And it was just, that market at the time was insane. And so money was flying all over the place. There'd be days where you could pull 6 figures out of the market and just whatever. Very easy. So it was bad. It was very, very bad. Maybe I'll share that story one time. What's my bias on the market? Well, if we look at the poll, the bias on the poll was 52% are saying up, 38% are saying down, 9% are saying unchanged. What I'm curious about, and we kind of touched on this at the top of the stream, what I'm curious about today is whether or not they're using the print at 10 a.m., the final wholesale inventories, which again, not really that big of a print for the NQ or the markets in general. I'm wanting to see if we have positioning trades going off during that time, because if we do, and they're bullish, then we're going to rip right through 17,000 today. That's going to happen. So could be violently unchanged. Yeah, exactly. Stay hydrated. We need a bathroom dump break. Yeah, exactly. We'll get that going. I'll probably do a restroom break here in about 10 minutes or so. But Razvan says I can share mine 22K. Yeah, if you've been trading for long enough in the market, we all have that monstrous red day or multiple monstrous red days, depending on how you trade. If you you've been doing this for long enough, you probably have a couple big red days. But yeah, it's part of trading. It's the downside of trading. It's the one type of profession that you do, that you work and you work and you work, and you can work for 3 months, and then all it takes is one single day, and then there goes all 3 months of your hard work. I mean, imagine that. You go into your job, you get your paycheck, get your paycheck, 6 paychecks, you know, and then your boss comes in one day and they go, hey, you know, those 6 paychecks, we're going to have to take those back. Just had this new rule come in. We're red on a trade. So, you know, it's the one profession that's like that. GBR destroyed me. I got to still say, getting GBR'd, instantly 15,000 averaging down. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh my goodness. If you don't lose, you ain't doing it right. Keeps you humble. Yeah. It's good to have losing days. It does keep you humble. It really does. Trading is the hardest way to make the easiest money. Legendary says 15K loss trading options a few years ago. It was humbling. Yeah. And you know, you never think that it's going to get as large as it does. And then it does. And then it goes more. And you go, oh, geez, I was not expecting that at all. Especially for, you know, small cap traders out there that have been caught in a halt up if they're short. Oh my goodness. Hey, good morning there, Jello. The only job that takes money from you at times. Yeah, it's a tough thing, right? That's the psychology aspect that comes in, right? DK says 10-year note auction at 1. That is correct. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me, DK. Yeah, we have the crude inventory and then the Treasury's 10-year note auction at 1 p.m. That is right. How are you already? Make some good money? Yeah, when Jello was reaching out to me in the DMs on Instagram, when I was chatting to you, that's when I had closed up my trade earlier. So that was early on in the Globex session, or I guess you could say late in the Globex session. Rips, I'm only 5 months in trading. I had a thing for stocks, but Forex found me, and I love it. I have a passion for it. Trade AUD, and I feel like fundamental is where I will find my holy grail. I think that, yeah, you know, fundamental analysis can be good. Technical analysis, trading, event-driven trading. There's a lot of different ways to skin the cat. You want to find out what works for you and your style. Everybody's different, right? My style, what works for me, may never work for you. Travis says, Ribs, I'm back. How you doing? We're feeling great today. Feeling a lot better than we were yesterday. It's probably about a 50% yesterday, and then today, much, much better. You have a Discord? Because I don't see a link. Yeah, here. Nightbot will drop it for you. If you ever want to get that link, you just do exclamation Clubhouse, and Nightbot will come to the rescue here, and it'll drop that link. There it is. My 67K loss is someone else's 5K loss, all relative. Exactly. It's all relative. But if you felt the loss deep in your heart, and maybe it wrecked you for that day emotionally, physically, if you physically felt it, it's probably a very bad loss. Then yeah, we're all at different stages, right? 5K to somebody else, it's 60K to somebody else, it's 100K to somebody else. Some of us work nights and can only trade the first hour, and that's a great thing too. That's a fantastic thing. There's the great thing about trading futures is that they're open 23 hours a day, Monday through Friday. No, if you want to count Sunday, but it's technically Sunday, I suppose. Yep, yeah, it's Discount says I felt it for months. Thankful for these funding companies now. Yeah, these funding companies they make this journey a lot easier because you can lose their money instead of losing your own. Probably shouldn't have traded yesterday. Market gave me 2 black eyes. Yeah, you and me both. I had max loss on my XFA yesterday, so it is what it is. It's going to happen from time to time. But I'm pumping the brakes today, especially since we're up money in our Top Step funded account. What am I looking for in the NQ? So specifically, what I'd like to see is I'm going to go to the 1 minute so we get granular. I'd like to see a drawback into this bullish order block and then really show up some firming here. So this is one of my favorite trades to take. This is called order block within an order block. So what I'd like to see here is encroachment right here. This is the order block within the order block trade right there. That's what I'd like to see. So this is our bullish order block. Where are you? There you go. So I'd like to see that. Look at that. We got a whole mess on our chart now. So I'd like to see the bullish order block within the order block come back down, test into that, show some strength, and then we take that long and strong there, looking for 53 to the top side. Do you ever think these funding companies will allow to not close out positions every day? If you have a longer daily thesis, you can never take those. Well, I think they don't do it because of the margin requirement. Because if you ever go into a live account, they wouldn't be able to give you the same amount of leverage. You wouldn't be able to hold 15 contracts in the NQ overnight, right? Which is what you can do. You can trade 15 contracts. So maybe they eventually allow you to trade 1 contract overnight, but then that creates a whole headache and opens this whole new door for them. And you know, maybe. First thing I asked them was when I got my live account, I said, can I swing positions overnight? expecting them to maybe come back and say, hey, yeah, if you want to do 1 or 2 contracts, we'll allow it. Because you have to remember there's a margin requirement for trading a 1 overnight NQ. And it depends it's broker by broker. It's all varies, right? But so it's because of the margin requirement. It's very expensive to hold NQ overnight. There's a big margin requirement for that. That's the money printer structure. There you go. Bart called it there. So the trial is $7. What about after that? So the weekly 75, monthly's 175, quarterly's 500 if you wanted to join full time with Clubhouse. What do I mean? Bullish order block? Well, it's not really something I can explain in the next 5 minutes here, but if you search YouTube, and there's a lot of videos out there about order blocks, but this is basically a very bullish area in the market where we came down, we slammed the brakes, we found buyers, we came back down, we touched down into this area, and we found this candle right here before this impulsive move to the top side, which broke the temporary structure that we were holding right here. That has created an order block within our larger time frame order block here. And that is a very bullish area that if we come back down to that area and we test it, we find that strength again, that's a nice long signal, because basically we said we're seeking for buyers, we're seeking that liquidity. We come down into this area. Hey, guess what? We found more liquidity. We are buyers down here. We love this price, right? So this is between 15 and 20, so 5-handle range. Well, we found buyers here, and then I guess where's the long one? So we could take this here, and then we're looking for entry middle of the order block, and then target being, it's doing the magnet, but here target being will allow me to go all the way. Can I turn off the magnet maybe? Why wouldn't it allow me to take that all the way? But anyway, the target would be 35.50, so 35 points on that, and using a stop just under that order block. So stop would be 8.25. That's a pretty decent trade right there. 8.25 to make 35. That's a 4.3 to 1, right? So that's what I look for in a trade like that. But it has to come back down into that order block right now, right? So that's what we're looking for. So that would be the trade setup that I'd be looking for on the order block within the order block. What is the Top Step code for 60% discount? Let me see if this works. Top Step. You just click the link and you get the best deal on Top Step. It'll give you the very best link. There you go. So you click that link, it says bit.ly Top Step coupon. Click that link and it'll give you the most discounted prices, which I believe right now, $49 for a 50K, $99 for a 100K, and $149 for a 150K. All righty, folks, I'm going to take a quick little restroom break here, and I'll be right back with you. We'll trade the open together because we hit enough likes. We're at 459 likes. We hit it. We did it. So I'll be right back with you, folks. Do not go anywhere. And we're back. Look at that bathroom pump. Never fails. Anybody catch the bathroom pump? It never fails, right? 2.5 minutes now until the market opens. 2.5 minutes. Make sure you drop a like on the video here. Make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on so we can be going live together. Get that notification on your phone whenever we go live. Thanks, Rips. I got one lot off on that pump. Hey, there you go. Let's go. Let's see here. We can't know if the bullish order block is really from buyers or if it's heavy shorters that are covering, right? There's no way to know. Yeah, there's not. It can turn into a breaker block, right? And then we can get back down in this inducement zone. I mean, this is setting up potentially for a very big trap for long traders, right? This is why we have this inducement zone. And this is why we draw this all out. This is why we have the context, the contextual picture here of the market, because we want to make sure that, we're entertaining all scenarios. We have everything sort of on the docket here. You ever trade CL rips? Haven't done it lately, but there may be a time when we do it in the future. But haven't done it lately. Thank you for your question there, Andrew. There are some crude levels that I do provide from time to time if they're requested. So do provide those CL levels. Let's see. We got about a minute here to the open. Let's see. There's big gap between my levels there on crude. So nothing really to see there. All right. So let's switch over into Ninja Trader here. Let's see here. We're going to do which XFA, this one. I'm going to be trading smaller size today too. Try to keep it light and tight, nice and buttery. Hide the total profit here. And let's see if we can have a great trading day. We got about 40 seconds here, folks. 40 seconds. Make sure you're calm, cool, and collected. And let's see how this plays out here. Right now we have a lot of buyers that are showing up that are pushing the price higher here. I do want to see confidence through 50 to the top side. In order for this thing to really start to rip, we do have an area up at 53.5. So I will be watching for that. 20 seconds, everybody. 20 seconds. Gold, do I trade? I haven't done it in a hot minute. I haven't traded gold futures in a hot minute. I think the last time I traded was like $1,700 or something. $1,800. Good morning. This is my first time. Do you focus on one specific trade? Yeah, we're looking at the NQ today. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. Wow, we are ripping to the top side. There's that 50 pull. Seeing if we are wrestling through 50s here. Watching. I'm going to try this long because we're perking right above the 50s here. A little bit of some order flow coming up to the top side. My stop is right at 35. We tagged our level right here, by the way. We tagged our level 53.5. So if we do have a breakout of that level, this thing can get pretty strong here. So watch and see if we can break above 53 and encroach upon 60s. Second lot on here for this pull up through towards 60. Watching here now towards the 60s. Very, very nice pull up to the top side here. I want to see about 64, 65 start to give out here. Some layering up towards 60. We hold 60s. Pushing up through 61. Taking off one lot. And I'll leave the other as a runner. See if we can. Oh, wow. Instantly stopped out. Look at that. So we ended up making a couple bucks on that one. What did we make? $200 on that trade. So that was going to put us up $2,300 there on the day. That was a quick flashback down right there to 55. Again, we are trading smaller size here. Like I said, I want to caution that we are trading smaller size, but that is on my XFA. That is on my Express Funded. So stop was a little bit tight, but they ran it all the way back below 53. So I want to see if this is just a draw of liquidity back below 53. Still very, very strong here. Going long again, looking for this breakup above 65 now. The topping area that I'm watching for is 65 3/4. So if we can blow through that, we do have room all the way up to 85 1/4. And we'll do an add if we can draw back towards 53 or so. Watching here right at 55. A little bit of a struggle. S&P is very strong here. Seeing if we break above 60 here, 2 lots on. Can we hold this break above 60? Nice push up to the top side here through 65. Watching for this pull up now through 85 1/4. Very, very nice up through 70 there. I tried to pull off one on the ask. Okay, we got filled. There we go. We got filled. Very nice up jump the boogie there. Got another lot running. Looking for this 75 pull now. Watching this up. Wow, big seller rate at 72. Let's see if we can get this jam up through 75 here. I'm actually going to trail my stop a little bit tighter. 64 and a quarter. Watching this up towards 75 here now. So we have to watch here on the S&P E-mini. We're watching towards 48.05, which was kind of the topping level that we saw in the pre-market. You can see we're kind of running into a lot of offers here around 70. Seeing if we're holding these 68s. Watching here. I'm going to take that off actually. So that's going to put us up a little bit more. I'm closing that trade there. So that's going to put us up now $2,500 on the day. On this couple scalps up to the top side. Again, trading smaller size here. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Just keeping it light and tight, nice and buttery. So again, 48.05 is the level to watch on the S&P E-mini. We are breaking above this big area of liquidity here. We do have room all the way up to 85 and a quarter, but I just want to make sure that we can time this right with pullbacks. Oh, nice work there. Luna up $1,000. Kennedy up 500. Very, very nice. So watching here, it's kind of, we're running into a lot of orders to the top side here. We do have to have that liquidity to pull back up. If anybody got that from the original bullish order block, they are sitting pretty right now. That is a beautiful, beautiful trade there if you caught that one. So here we go, coming back down. I want to see how this is received at 53. Right now, there are some buyers coming in. Tesla is a little bit weaker here. Tesla's a little bit weaker. We had a rejection. We didn't take 48.05 on the S&Ps. So that is a little bit of a rejection back through 53 here now. Some bids are firming up towards this area. This is the area where I'd want to probably go for another scalp to the top side here. Watching how we're receiving this. Looking at the point of control moving as well up towards 60. A little bit weaker than I'd like to see, to be honest. We're still holding the trend for now, but I want to see a little bit more strength coming through. Volume's declining actually pretty rapidly. Not surprising given that we are about 30 minutes out, 26 minutes, 25 minutes out from the news print. All Mag 7 very bullish except for Tesla. Yeah, exactly right. Nvidia is off to the races here as well. Amazon very strong. Okay, we have some machines coming on for 5 minutes after the open here. Looking at some liquidity injections here. Watching this, if we pull back towards 60. I'm going to take that long again, looking for a scalp up towards the top side here, up towards 70. Nice push up. Watching the 70. If we get through 70, very, very nice. Looking for the 75 pull now. Some sellers at 72. Adding into that for this push up through 75 now. Seeing if we hold 65s here. Could be a double topping at the top there. Watching to see a little pullback from Amazon. Right back to the point of control of 60. Can we hold the 60s? Some bid support showing up there. So right now, double top towards 75. Somebody is blockading that 75 pull for now. Still holding 65s, watching for this race up towards 70 again. Looking for this ES to push through 48.05. Watching for this now. Taking off one on the ask in case we reject again. Trying to run this up through. Might get stopped out here. I'm going to try to move my stop. Let's see. So racing back up towards 70. I want to see if we can hold back above 71, get this encroachment at 75. Right now, ES still having a little bit of trouble here. I want to see this strong breakout. Still holding 65s. I'm going to take it off. Still at more sell side pressure. So I think we give where's my P&L here? Where did my chart go? There we go. I don't know why that's all jacked up now, but there we have it. Let's see, generate the profit. So we're at 25.01 right now. I don't know why this is, of course, my stream going haywire right now. Trying to get this to work. Let's see. Does that work? It's all stretched out now. 1 second here. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit jacked up. We're going to have to deal with the jacked upness. Does that work? There we go. Sweet. There we are. All right, we're back. Okay. There we go. Sweet. All right, push it back up through the 70s here. Wow, Braden up 10,000. Nice work there, Braden. Zero Cool up 260. ES still rejecting this 4805 level, but if we break up through this area, we do get a push up through 85 here. So watching again, very, very sticky at this level. Ucondo says, I'm done. Good luck, everyone. Nice work there, Ucondo. What time frame am I taking the trade on? I'm using the 15-minute bars. But this over here, this chart is just 30 seconds, so you can see each one of my executions here. We're pushing up towards that 75. And again, ES is trying to push for that 4805 rather. Up 1150 and done. Nice work there, DJ Quill. Way to go. Nigel up 250 bucks. Nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, Tesla off a cliff, but we have bounced a little bit here. ES really just needs that trigger point up through 4805. So I want to see if we can get back down here towards the low 60s. Take a nice little bid trade here, watching here towards 60. Yeah, Tesla's still off a cliff. NVIDIA is reeling back a little bit here as well. We really need to see this perk up above through 75 here to the top side. So that's what I'm waiting for. Loxy up 1,500 bucks. Way to go, Loxy. That's what I'm talking about. 85 will give me exactly 69 points, which is logically my target. Nice work there, Bart. Very nice. Nice. Very nice. ES needs a push here. Sitting at 1K with NQ on my other account. I can slowly see what you're doing. Nice. Hey, there you go. Nice. Yep, base hits do add up. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They do. I promise. I'm actually going to flip over to my other Express funded account. I'm up 315 in one. I'll flip over into the other one. This, by the way, that's the structure that we're watching there. Flipping in my other Express account. Spreading out the risk. In case we get a little too crazy. In case we get a little too nuts, right? Yeah, there's 4805. Thank you there, Gunky. We have divergence here, folks. We have divergence. So we don't have convergence between the S&P and the NAS right now. Google off a cliff. NVIDIA reeling back a little bit. Tesla is going lower. Meta had a monstrous perk to the top side, but we are going lower. We have some divergence. We're back at that 53 level here, by the way. 53 level here. So watching here at 55. Good morning. Nice work, Rips. Thank you, Brian. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody who's tuning in here. Pass my take profit trader eval. Give it up for Space Ghost here in the Discord. Way to go there, Space Ghost. Awesome job. So let's see here. Still pushing up, holding that 53 level. Kind of had a little sweep of liquidity there to the downside, but can we have anything from the Mag 7 show us a green candle here? ECB is very unlikely to buy Bitcoin. That is the latest squawk out right now here. NQ VWAP bounce. Why don't I have the VWAP on this chart, actually? Let's let me add that while we're waiting for our next setup here. Adding that right now, and then let me change the way that looks. Take out the bands. VWAP, I want it to be l'orange. It's a little bit too dark. Let's try that color of l'orange. There we go. Boom. All right, we're VWAP'd. Space goes coast to coast. Very nice. Up 5,600 for Nick. Hey, give it up for Nick. Evan's up 1,800 bucks. Tom says, love your stream, Rips. Go. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you. Right back at you. Appreciate everybody in here spending their morning with me. I really do. Makes it a lot more fun. So we are kind of, this is a different type of trade than what we had yesterday, which was the craziest squeeze you've ever seen. And we went to squeeze down yesterday. So I'm still flat here. And here's how you can tell, by the way. Right above my dome, above my head, it says flat. That's how you know whether or not I'm in a trade right now. I get that question a lot. Overlusted said, made quick scalp and out. Nice work there. Big news day tomorrow. Yes, indeed. CPI tomorrow. Thanks, Rips. You the go. Hey, right back at you. Appreciate you. There's a lot of love in the channel today. If you folks are winning today, do me a favor. Drop a W in the chat. Let's see. How many winners do we have in our chat here today? Do we have some W's in the chat here? Let's see. Oh, yeah. We got some W's coming in hot. Oh, yes. Love it. That's the energy I love to see. Awesome. There we go. Nice work, everybody. Look at this. Woo! A lot of dubs there in the chat. Love that. Let's go. That's awesome. You know, I've never done this one before because I'm still not going to take a trade from here yet. I mean, I'm eyeing it. I'll give it about a couple more minutes here. I want to see if these names are actually bottoming out. Amazon strong, Google strong, Microsoft, Meta strong, Tesla laggard, Nvidia laggard. So that's the story right now. I'm very, I'm very hesitant to take a trade here because the idea that we're going to break through 75 on this run is just as likely as the prior 4 tries. And the way that it's sticky liquidity, they're selling into this. There's somebody selling into this heavy. And I don't like that usually. So we're getting a drop here to the top side, back up to 70. See if they sell this. Sticky. But a lot of stops will be popped if we blow up through 75. We get up through 75, 85 and a quarter would be the target. I think Bart had that target as well. Yeah, overhead resistance. Exactly. Tom sees it too. It's sticky. It's very sticky liquidity. They're stuffing it. I humanize a lot of this trading stuff. It makes it a lot easier for my mind to comprehend. But you can see they're just, they're see that? Look at that. They're flushing. They're sticky to the top side. That's why we don't take that. We don't take that. It's sticky stuff. All right, let's do a poll in here. Start a poll. Did you make money today? Yes. Smiley face. No, frowny face. And then I didn't trade yet. Okay, there we go. New poll coming in hot. Let's do it. Did you make money today? Let's see. Yeah, watching here across the board. A little bounce from Nvidia, a little bounce from Tesla. Let's see. The yeses are up 62%. I didn't yet. Didn't make money yet at 21%. No, only at 17%. I like that. I want to long this, but I don't know. Hey, listen to that inner voice. It's your implicit memory reminding you that you've seen this somewhere before. You've seen it. Tesla off a cliff. Nvidia also wrestling on the lows here. Pre-market lows coming down. S&P, that 4805 rejection, I'm telling you. Let's see, this is the S&P right now. So we swept 4806 and 3/4. What was the topper on that one? 4807 and a quarter. Yeah, and we're still seeing the divergence here. Hey, up $2,500. I'm not going to complain. Very happy about that. 500 on XFA and 1.8 on combines. Let's go, Dr. Swag. Way to move there. Christian coming in hot with a 15-minute order block. Thank you, Christian. Let's see. Can we find that over here? This guy right here. Oh, whoops, not even showing it. Haha. Classic rips. This guy right here, Christian. Is that what we're talking about? Thusly? Or am I a little bit one higher? Ah, yes. Okay. Let's get that bad dogger in there. Oh, I got to get my magnet back on here too. There we go. Thank you, Christian, here in the Discord. Dropping the heat. Love that. Thank you. Bearish order block. There it is. On the 15. Go back into our 1 minute here because this is a fun watch here. Look at how nicely that bearish order block. Look at how nicely that performed. Did you end up taking that one, Christian? Did you snap on a lot there? We are coming lower here. And so if we have pressure from the S&P E-mini, even though they were diverging a little bit, if you have downside pressure from the S&P E-mini, it can help to induce downside pressure in the NQ, even though they're not completely in line. Went short from 65. Nice work there, Christian. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the move right there. Very, very nice. So here's the original play that could be potentially playing out. We come back down into this order block within an order block. And even though we're careening back down to the downside, if we base out down here, that could be a really nice trade there to the long side. Oh, guys, I feel so healthy right now. I feel so much better. It just hit me right now. I feel so much better than I felt for the last 7 days. Oh, it feels good. Good gracious, I feel good. It's nice. It's nice to feel healthy. You take your health for granted. Yeah, I try not to. I try to be grateful every day, but by golly, I feel good right now. I just got a big burst of energy there. Oh, man. We need a ripsism dictionary. It's going to be a lot of pages in there. I say a lot of kooky things. You just need some green profit to feel that. Exactly right. There you go. Needed a couple bucks in the green there. Tesla Prince up $900 for today. Just been bouncing back and forth. I'm done walking away with a W. Give it up there for Tesla Prince here in the YouTube chat. That's amazing. I can tell happy the sickness is gone. I feel great. Thank you, Trader Page. Thank you, Ilita. Even though I haven't ordered yet today, but thank you so much. Ordered great. Hey, thank you, Min. Yeah, we are just kind of chopping around here at the VWAP right underneath that 53 level. Kind of keeping an eye on everything. But, you know, when you have that setup where everything is moving in the exact same direction, it makes the trades a lot easier. We need a riptionary. I like that one. That's great. 16,870 was the top of the 1 minute opening range some days ago. Thank you for that, Tom. That makes a lot of sense now. And that's the topping area of that, or the bottoming area rather, of that bullish order block that we have here. So a couple different things kind of coalescing together. We have about 10 minutes now, folks, until that next data release. Just trying to keep our profits locked in here. Only want to take a setup if it's real nice. I'm greening out for the day, going for afternoon tea and cake. Thanks, man. Take care. Hey, enjoy there, Loxy. Enjoy the afternoon tea and crumpets and cake. Rip, you should switch to Ghosts. Tastes way better and no sugar. So Celsius doesn't have sugar. I used to drink Ghosts. I had bunches and bunches of Ghosts. I had the Warheads flavor, the Sour Patch Kids. Had all those delicious flavors. It is good stuff. It is good stuff. We'll have to see if Celsius is interested in that partnership. I might just stop drinking them all together. I'm just kidding. I just ran on your channel, subscribe, and can't wait to join more of these live streams. Are these blocks the same as areas? Yeah, you know, it's just different ways to view the market. There's no one right way to do any of this. And welcome, by the way. Welcome here, Aaron. Really appreciate you being here. But yeah, it's just different ways to view the market. I just like to have these areas drawn in my chart. You know, you can call these smart money concepts. You can call it ICT. You can call it Wyckoff, market structure, whatever you want to call it. It's just a way for you to kind of keep tabs on things. It's the same way that I kind of look at Bookmap. I know that this is an order block within an order block. If we come down here, I'm going to be thinking, hey, if we base out here, it's probably a good time to take a long trade and get some points on that bad boy. Same thing up here. I found the bearish order block because somebody in our Discord pointed that out, and there's Christian in our Discord pointing that out. Wow, look at that flushacito. My goodness. Coming on down. A little bit hot there below the 40s. My goodness. Bro, I'm a Celsius a day definitely helps for running Celsius. I approve. No news, by the way, folks. No news. No news on this flush. Okay, are we going to... Whoa, oh my goodness. Anybody short on this move here? S&P coming right back to the 9. Oh my goodness. Did we miss that trade? Did we miss that? Oh no. Should have had a limit order there. Oh no. Did we miss that trade? Oh my goodness. Bobby C was short. We had Josh short, Legendary short, Grateful Trade. Oh, Christian as well. Christian in here. Oh my goodness. Look at you folks. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we are through that bullish order, or almost touching through it. This is some heavy sell side pressure. This is right where the VWAP is in the S&P E-mini as well. Nice work there, Josh. Up $1,400. Give it up for Josh. So this is kind of where you have to really saddle up, and you have to decide whether or not you're going to take this trade out of this bullish order block. It's the hardest thing to do when the market is barreling down in your face, to take the reverse side of that trade. But we'll see if we can maybe slap on a lot here. One contract. I'm going to take one contract long. Hello? Yes, one. Oh, wait. Whoops. I'm going over here. Hiding that. There we go. One contract long. Don't rip my face off. Trying one contract long. Out of that bullish order block is going to sweep us. One contract. And this is the hardest thing to do, by the way, is when the market's barreling to the downside, is to stare the market in the face and say, hey, reverse. I want to keep my stop a little bit. What is that? It's the end of that block. So yeah, let's see if we can find some bid support here. The mid-20s. We're going to keep on skittering to the downside here. We did bounce a little bit on the S&P E-mini, but happy to be stopped out if we're wrong here. I might add a lot if we find some bidders right here. Trying to flip one a little bit higher. Let's see, some tremendous sell side pressure coming in. Second lot on, looking to flip this to the north side here on a little perk up. Watching here, nice perk up, peeling off a lot. And second one off. Boom, there we go. Nice little trade there. Nice little scalp out from that order block. Didn't have the gusto to hold it. But hey, nice little scalp there to the north side. That's going to put us up a little couple more bucks there, 25.62. I think we made $60 on the trade. Hey, there you go. $60 I didn't have a minute ago. Why not? There we go. I'm not showing P&L. I think I am, right? Yeah, it was shown. 1.2K on that short. Nice work there. C18. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about there. 400 from that bounce. Give it up. Pyro styles. Let's go. Nicely done. Yeah, block within a block there. Goodness gracious. Luna made $105 on that. Yeah, got it. I just wasn't comfortable holding that for that big extension back up. I didn't have the confidence. So, I like to get out of those trades. But adding that second lot is what made me profitable on that trade. That's what got me out of the Jimmy Jam there. Took 30 ticks on that bounce. Let's go, Alita. Let's go. Nice work. Nice work. All right, 5 minutes, 6 minutes now until the news print comes out. And let's see if the what we're talking about earlier in the top of the stream here comes to fruition. We're talking about potentially having some large institutional traders, some large firms taking some large size during this move. So let's see. Nice work, everybody. Camillo, let's see here. Camillo, wow, killing it today. Let's go, Camillo, in his express funded, his or her express funded there. My goodness gracious. Look at that. Way to go. Nice work, Camillo. Is it Camillo or Camillo? I want to make sure I'm not butchering anybody's names. Camillo. Gotcha. All righty. Appreciate ribs off to my real job. Hey, G-Lines, thanks for stopping through. Appreciate the patronage. Appreciate you stopping by, watching the stream. Really do. Love to see all of our regulars coming back in. Warms my heart. All right, still flushing back down. My goodness, that bearish order block from up top, pointed out here by Christian, that was the doozy of the day. That was the trade of the day right there. Nice work on that. Christian, way to go. Camillo in here making it happen on his XFA, crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. Love to see that. Gave away 400, now negative. Sorry about that, Wodes. Sorry to hear that. Warms my cockles, governor. Oh, man. Would love to see that pivot down there get touched at 785. So our level is, 780 and a quarter is where we have. This, by the way, is the 1 minute chart. I don't trade off of it. I just want to have it so we can kind of watch the flow of the market in real time. Michael from ICT came out with a YouTube video poking fun at PW. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll have to watch that. Maybe he'll show up to our stream one day and grace us with his presence. Seems to be doing the rounds from stream to stream. But coming on down here, now that that bullish order block within a block is really trying to wrestle and hold up here. We'll have to see. Man, amazing attitude you got. That alone helps mentally. Thank you. Hey, awesome, Primo. Anything that can help anybody on this very difficult journey that we call trading, I love to hear that. Up 10% in a long now. Nice work there, RK. Way to go. Is this block now mitigated? Well, you can look at it a couple different ways here, Eileen, and that's a fantastic question. Thank you for asking that. You can say it wicked. It didn't have an actual candle close below it. So there's two ways to look at it. If you want to base it on wicks, it's been mitigated. If you want to base it on candle bodies closing, it has not been mitigated. So the way that I look at it has not been mitigated. I like to see a full candle close below that. And this was on this was a 1 minute, so we're in the right time frame for this one. ICT checks the chats for market sentiment. Well, he should come in here. He would up his game, I'd think. Mr. Michael Huddleston would be really up in his game if he came and stopped by the Market Clubhouse stream here. He'd really be, because you folks in here, you folks are killers. You take this market and you folks are killers. I mean, look at this. 61% of you folks are green. Only 17% are in the red today. My goodness. Marty says, I'm up 3,300. Let's go, Marty. What the heck is ICT? It's a gentleman who has a trading strategy that is followed by quite a few people. Very popular trading strategy. Ryan says, I appreciate your positivity and encouragement. Hey, it's a lonely journey out there. Whatever we can do to make that journey less lonely. Dumb people talk about people. Simple minds talk about events. Great minds speak on ideas. I like that, Charles. I like that a lot. Explain FOS for me. I'm not sure. What is FOS? I'm not sure about that one. Why is it so popular? I think, I don't know. I don't know why it blew up in popularity, to be honest with you. I don't know. There's something about it, I guess. ICT has 1 million subs. There you go. A lot of YouTube subs. When you said foes or something like that, what did I say foes? I'm trying to think. Foes. Maybe I said it goes. Foes equal lows. What did I say? Somebody remind me when I said the word foes or something like that. What did I say? That's the guy with Photoshop. Foes. No, that's pho. Folks. Maybe I said folks. Maybe I said folks. Fee fi fo fum. That's the guy caught with Photoshop, Furu, FOMO of salad. Yeah, whatever. Hey, everybody's different. If you find something that's, you enjoy it, hold on to it. What do you think caused a huge flush? Well, we had well, here's what I think, right? Let's go to the book map. Book map over here. Here's what I think. We're talking about a very key area of 4805. We're going to scroll back here. 4805 is the area that was in when I was actually trading this. This was back at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was trading this and we were wrestling to get 4805. There's a lot of resting liquidity. You can see it right here. This is 1:30 my time, 4:30 market time. This is when I took that trade to the north side on the NQ, and I was again watching the exact same order flow. And this was the benefit of me being able to watch Globex. I knew that 4805 was a huge trigger on the market, even though, we touched into the liquidity that was resting at 4804. There was, by the way, sorry, we got 20 seconds, 15 seconds here. 15 seconds here, folks. Wow, that order block worked out really well. Did not have the patience to hold it. But here it comes. The news is coming out here in 5 seconds. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Good luck. In line with expectation, negative 0.2%. No surprise there. So let's see if we get those positioning traders. You just said it. Was it folks? I think I'm saying folks. I think I'm saying folks. So here we go. Let's see if we can break above 840 here. Wholesale inventories, maybe? Wholesale inventories. So yeah, 0.2% in line with expectations. Negative 0.2%. Very much in line with the expectations here. Right now we have a lot of, again, we're seeing that chunkier liquidity to the north side here. Scalp that order block before the data, 2175, 3350. Way to go, Christian. You're on fire today. Yeah, non-event news report. It's we're seeing now if we can have liquidity coming into the markets here, kind of using that as a smoke screen for larger funds, larger institutions. A lot of absorption right there between 33 and 38. So 5 handles of absorption there. About 1,000 contracts of absorption in the NQ. How can you see if you got bidders coming in? I use Bookmap. I'll drop a link for that for you. Been using Bookmap for years. I like it a lot. So we might get a little choppy here. Scalp that order block before data. Nice product placement. Exactly. Yeah, the back book air right there. What does the north mean? Up. North side. South side. Markets tend to go to the east side all the time. But north side means up, south side means down, east side means the market's moving. It's open. The market's open if it's moving to the east side. Markets never move to the west side. It's dangerous out there. North means down. If you're standing on your head, north does mean down. Or if you're in Australia, I suppose, north does mean down. Oi, Roddy. All right, so 2350 is kind of holding here. It does when I watch it back. Yeah, market moves to the west side when you're watching it in a replay. You have the patience of a saint, Rips. Yeah, in Australia it is. Yeah, north is when the market is flushing. Are you in the Pacific time zone? I'm on the left coast, yeah. So look at that. We came right back down here. Market is heavy, but it just doesn't want to go. We are through the VWAP and the S&Ps. Look at that flush in the S&Ps. This is the S&Ps right here. Look at how thin that flush was. No bidders are interested in that. So kind of filling, I guess there wasn't really an inefficient, maybe on the 5 minute here. Let's see. Any kind of inefficiency? A little bit. But yeah, we're coming down now. Is anybody short this move here? We're really coming down here. Coming down with a vengeance. And there's the bottom end of that liquidity shelf is right about thusly. So we'll have to see if this can hold up with any bidders. S&P looks extremely heavy here. This could be a market maker session as well, where they're just looking to rinse people pre-CPI. I'm watching the volume too, looking over at the volume. Fresh out of tea. Would love some tea right now, but we'll have to stick with some water. What's the name of the book that you recommend about auction process? It's Markets in Profile and Mind Over Markets. There we go. Those are the two books I recommend on the auction process. So whenever there's gaps between bubbles, there isn't any opposition to the buy if it's going up and sell if it's going down. Correct, but there still is. It's just very, very thin. So I can show you, I can zoom in on that and you will actually see that there's a gap, like if we're zoomed out, right? Big old gap right there. But if I zoom in, you can actually see there is liquidity that's actually being contracted there. Very, very small amounts, right? Very small amounts. Yeah. There we have it. So NAS is in the red. S&P is slightly green. So this could be sort of where the market kind of bottoms out here. We ripped right below that bullish order block. We touched on the inducement zone, but we didn't really dip down into it super hard. You can see here on our volume profile there. It's a little bit down there. So the next piece of news, that was the 10 a.m. news. We do have the crude oil inventories coming out at 10:30. We have the 10-year note auction out at 1 p.m. JD Durden says plus 1050, then moved to practice now up 800 and that. Frustratingly happy. No, that's good. Your muscle memory's building there. Very, very nice. T equals metrically far. I like that. Give me the 85s. The folks want the 85s here. Come on, market. Let's give it. Closing out the charts being green for the day. Appreciate all the commentary rips. Hey, there you go, Bobby. Nice work. Congratulations on your green day. I got so caught up looking at other possible trades that I missed my primo setup for 20 plus points. It's okay. It'll come again. Don't fault yourself on that. It'll come again. There'll be plenty more there, dude. And I'm not just calling that person dude. That is their name in Discord, by the way. Their name is Dude. Woat says, I'm getting wrecked. Shut it down. Shut it down right away. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's CPI. It's going to be the Super Bowl tomorrow. Shut it down. Walk away. You're good. Just walk away, Woats. It's okay. Market's going to be open tomorrow. Promise you. Don't worry about it. I want to see if we get a little weak bounce here and potentially try something to the south side here. I'm actually taking that short for the anticipation of a break of 800 here. Let's go over here. There we go. Pressing the wrong buttons here. Looking for that break of 800. That's my anticipatory trade here to the south side, which by the way means down. Wanting to see this break. Looking at the S&Ps as well. Watching for this break. We might get a little break and then an up jump the boogie through that 800 there. 10s are a little bit weak. Kind of want to flip a contract here to the south side. Watching here. Seeing if we get a little perk up towards the 10s. Watching. Let's see here. Watching very closely for this break of 800s. Not letting it go just yet. We might get a little rip up to the top side here. So a little bit of a bounce. Just watching if we have weakness up toward the 15s. Might get stopped out here. I'm actually going to move that just a touch higher, just a little bit higher in case we want to add in a second lot here. Second lot on for this short, meandering towards 800s here. Watching for this fade now through 810. See if we can get this little skitter on down through 810 now. What I want to see is a flush through 800s. We might get stopped out though, watching closely. This is repainting that volume shelf. Want to see weakness towards the 810s right now. There's a little bit of bid support. ES is sort of wrestling with being off a cliff here. Some bids showing up at 815. I don't like to see that. Might get stopped out here. And very, very close here to getting us stopped out. Might consider going a third lot short here if we reject here. It is just driving a little bit higher. And stopped out there. So that's going to bring us back a little bit down on the day, back to 2,000 positive on the day. So a little bit of give back there in that account. Watching here to see whether or not we have any kind of failure points as we move up towards that area of liquidity to the north side. CL ripping before inventory numbers. Yeah, we have that 1030. We are just definitely perking up to the top side here. That was a very nice bottoming out. I was looking for that inducement zone to come back down there. So seeing a huge, huge bounce, biggest bounce of the day there out of the S&P. Seeing if we can get one more trade on short, trying one more short here for this blowback down through the lower 20s. So we tapped into this area of liquidity to the top side. I want to see now if we have any weakness. I want to add on a failure below 815. So that's what I'll be watching for here. Second lot on below the 20s. Watching for a clear failure below 15 now. Yeah, 800 was strong support yesterday, so if we did break that, we would have a nice flushacito there to the downside. So watching here, third lot on for that break of 15 to the downside here. There is some liquidity that is resting at 815 that we do have to break on through to the downside. So that's what I'll be watching for here. Nice reject there on the S&P as well. So this is liquidity that I want to see us wrestle through to the downside. A little push back up here to the top of this shelf. Big bidders stepping in. Not ideal for what I want to see on this trade. We could have a topping out area up here. We might get stopped out too. Boy, that thing's got some juice on it. Some big legs on that one, so we'll get stopped out there. That's going to bring us a little bit more down on the day there. Still up $1,100 between our accounts, so taking a loss there in that XFA account. But boy, this thing has some legs here from the lows. I do want to see confirmation up through whether or not we have a confirmation up through the 40s and then potentially getting back up. Yeah, this thing is on the juice now. Looking across the board here, this thing is really on the juice here. So we came up, we attached for that 830 VWAP at 840. Seeing if we're going to have a little bit of a rinse here. Switch back over into my other account here. So this is the area that we're watching right there. If we get below the 30s, would be interested in shorting to that again. JP in the chat. Who's JP? Oh, J Powell. There he is. We got J Powell in the chat. My goodness. So let's see if we have any type of failures up here towards the 40s. This would be sort of a nice double topping pattern that we could jump into. Apple is pushing back up here as well. S&P running into the 9. A little bit of a negative selling coming through here. Some aggressive selling. I thought you meant that dude from Grandma's Boy. Yeah, exactly. All right, watching here as we push up through towards the 40s. I want to see on the bid side here if they're still pushing this up, because we do have room all the way up to 53. So Watching here on that push up through the 40s now. Trying one lot long here. Apple's right up at the VWAP. So if we get a blow through the VWAP in Apple, this would be a nice push up. Tesla's starting to rebound as well. Nvidia's stronger too. I want to look for this to break up through 45 here. So if we have a pullback, potentially want to be looking for an add. Adding a second lot here. Liquidity is starting to come in pretty hot. Third lot on, we're breaking up through 45. We're running right into the VWAP. As long as we can get strong and long through that VWAP, going to be sitting pretty nice. So watching up here, if we can blow through that VWAP to the north side, target's going to be 53.5 to the top side there. Watching here, 45 again. Can we blow through that 45 VWAP to the north side? ES is pushing as well, so that's good for our trade here. Very nice push up. Can we hold above? This is the lower end of the prior volume shelf. So this is where we're going to get some nice comfort in this price action. Above, up at 57. There we go. Very, very nice perk up there. Gorgeous, gorgeous pull to the top side. Very, very nice squeeze here. Can we wrestle and hold above 50s now? Very, very nice squeezy price action. Apple is strong and confident through the VWAP there. So ES still pushing as well, watching here around 55. Can we get through this liquidity resting at 55? Now, let's see if they want this liquidity at 55. It's looking like they do. So definitely looking at swiping this liquidity up towards 55 now. There's a couple of people that are front running this to the north side. So watching here, can we hold these 50s? And somebody's front running that again, 52. Big front runner there at 52 still. Trying to take off one lot because there's a big front runner there at 52. So I'm on the ass there trying to peel off one lot. Should get filled here. Oh man, right there. It's one tick away. Wow. All right, I'm gonna move my my order a little bit lower. Big front runner there at 52. Not what I want to see. Watching here, we can get right back above those 50s. Big front runner now to the 49s. See if we can break through that liquidity to the top side. A little bit of a pullback there in the S&Ps. And will we break back above into the 50s here? Watching closely. Oh, goodness. Now we got some sell side coming in. There's that buy side. Oh, goodness. There we go. We got filled on one lot there. Big buy side coming through. Big swipe of liquidity. Taking two off there. Got one as a runner. Oh, my stop just below break even. Let's see if we can break above into that 55 area now. See if they're still front running these 52s. Hey, Rips, I need help with making the stop loss and taking profit sizes adjust to the existing position size instead of adding separate stop losses when I'm adding my position. How do you do it? Let me show you right here. It is this right here. Auto scale and select active ATM strategy on order submission. That's what you want to use in your NinjaTrader settings. That's what you want to use. In trade education. Yeah, I'm here for the people. Man of the people. All right, can we get through this 55 player now? To the top side we go. Watching for this 55 blowout now. This is our level right at 54. And big liquidity right up there. Actually going to move my stop even tighter. Up to 49.5 there. Might get stopped out on this pullback down. We just need to get through this player at 55 and then we jam up to 63. So watching here. Thanks, man. Was looking for it all night yesterday. Yeah, it's a tricky one to find, but that's the setting that you want to run in NinjaTrader. So can we get through this 55 player? This liquidity at 55. Watching now, watching very closely here. Do we get through this player of liquidity at 55? There we go, through 55. Looking for 63s now. Watching, and very close to the 60s now. Peeling that off into that extension. All right, sweet. So that's going to bring us back up to. Hey, $1,700. There we go. So up 900 in one of the XFAs and down 1,300 in another. Up 2,200 in our live funded account. Of course, I'll show this all after the stream is over. Tough for me to hold when we have any chance to get a flushacito here on the docket. That pull drawdown from 52 was a little bit spooky. There you go. We're drawing back a little bit there. So anybody else catch that move to the north side there? Let's see. Anybody else? out there catch that nice move to the north side? Hey, nice work there. Only trade from open today. Nice work. Yeah, we were definitely totally wrong on trying to, and there's another flush there. Yeah, this is starting to get to the point where I probably want to pump the brakes and consider whether or not I want to continue trading, right? Sorry for stopping you out. I was long when you were short. No, we were looking for that break of 800. I'm a breakout trader, so I love to get breakdowns and breakouts. If we get that 800 flush, that's a 25 handle trade right there. And on 3 lots, oh boy, that's going to be a nice one, $1,500 trade right there, or even more. $1,800 trade. Up 6K on the year so far in XFAs. Nice start. Way to go, discount. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. Riding with you, Rivs. I like that, Ricky. 400 on the day. I hope you all have a blessed day. See you all tomorrow. Good luck. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, coming back down there. Coming back down. So it's just past 10:15 here. I'm thinking about winding things down a little bit here because we're getting a little choppy, a little dicey. CPIs tomorrow. I want to continue to lock up as much as I can. So as always, I'm very transparent with all of this. I want to show you the lay of the land here. This is our lay of the land. In one Express account, we made $922. In the other Express account, we foolishly shorted trying to get those 800s to break. And that lost us $1,300 there. You say, Rips, where's the rest of the capital? Well, the rest of the capital is on my live funded account. Let me go ahead and connect to that one right now. Going over to my Top Step live funded account. Rips, you use Fibonacci. It's a great thing to use. I think it's fantastic. What is the blue and orange line? That is the hourly high, hourly low. And then over here, going back here, this is, oh, it always does that. Hold on. There we go. Live funded. $2,200 in our live funded, $900 in one of our XFAs, and a $1,300 loss in the other XFA. That brings us to a total of up $1,700 on the day. That's a great day for me. I'm excited about it. And that is, again, that's why I trade on multiple accounts. I spread out the risk. And remember, the XFA accounts, you can actually take withdrawals from that. It's real money. So, yeah, that's where we stand on it. Before I go from you folks on YouTube, I will be jumping into the Discord right now. But before I go on YouTube, do you folks have any questions before I go? Any questions at all? Those Top Step Reset emails should be coming out today. It is Wednesday, the 10th. So those Top Step Reset codes should be coming to your email today. Be on the lookout for that. Outside of that, we do have CPI tomorrow. And I will be on Top Step TV in the afternoon. We'll talk about that more tomorrow, as well as Friday. So great to be back with you folks. Feeling very healthy again. Feeling very energized. Love to be trading again with you folks at that full energy feeling. And love to chat it up with you folks as always. Free resets are all in today. Yeah. Where to start with all of this? Well, here's a link right here. Top Step right there. Exclamation point, Top Step. There you go. You kicked that Colt's butt. I sure did. I think it was the flu, but yeah, I sure kicked it in the dome. Let's see here. How many days do you need to trade on the XFA? You need to have 5 days where you've made at least $200 or more. They don't have to be consecutive. It could be any 5 days where you've made at least $200. That's what you want to do there, Bobby C. Light says, how do you deal with what the market did around 944, reaching those highs, looking like it was going to break, then completely reverse to the downside? Have as many open bias scenarios as you can. Yesterday, I did not practice that well. Yesterday, hit max loss on an XFA. So you want to have as an open bias as possible into the markets as you possibly can have. It's a tall order. It's difficult, I know. But you want to have as many open bias as you possibly can. When the market's ripping like that, you have to consider that there's a downside move where we're just sweeping liquidity to the top side where we're filling orders. I guess the tell is when we were grinding back up to the top side, it was getting very chunky. So the counterparty to those orders were very chunky. RK says, first time I joined your show. Thanks for commentary, live trading opening. I learn more every day. Look forward to other sessions. Same as well. Looking forward to seeing you back here. Which moving average is it? That's just the VWAP there. That's the VWAP. All righty, folks. Really enjoyed my time with you here on YouTube. I'll be back again tomorrow, bright and early, at 8 a.m. Eastern time. I'll see you folks here on YouTube again. If you're in Discord, don't go anywhere. I'll catch you guys on Discord here in just a moment. I hope you all have a great trading day. If you're going to continue to trade, make sure that you're trading safe, trading with discipline, trading to your plan. On your way out, please drop a like on the video. Make sure you are subscribed with your notifications turned on so you get notified anytime we go live here on the stream. All right, good luck, folks. I'll catch everybody in here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.